it's Nudge.
Hey, it's Sam.
Hey, it's Robyn.
Hi guys, it's Beat.
Hey guys, it is.
Hey, it's Arlon, and my quote is, "That's nothing I had to remember because it's something I'll never forget." It was Helena's line to Josie
Oh God.
when
Can I leave?
I
when
like
everybody
it.
got their memories back.
I like that scene. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Why? You always have to choose.
This is
It's what
good
the
for
people
me.
want to see. It's what the
Reaction.
He
people
should
want to
have gone
see.
to Hope, not Josie.
Yeah, that's facts. He should have.
You did
Honestly,
research to give us that quote?
I didn't do any
Dead
research.
ass. Trash
Did
It was
quote.
it was off the top of my
He's
head.
got all of his jamming quotes like right there. He knows them all.
Oh, he need to lead the podcast. Jan did.
we like I tried to forget the Janin stuff, and he just has it all there
He
in his
brings
memory
it
bank.
back.
Like,
No,
I bring it back because I know it's gonna make people mad. This is gonna be funny.
trash.
Anyways, Arlen.
Hate to see it. Hate to see
I mean, at least it's Jandon, not anything else.
it. Okay.
Moving
Okay,
on.
so anyways, for our podcast today, we're going to talk about our favorite scenes from season 1 and season 2 of Legacies. Depending on how many scenes we have both, we're going to do at least our top 2 to 3 favorite scenes. Obviously we may have some that overlap, but we're also going to talk about it as well. So
And it doesn't necessarily have to be hand-in scenes. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like our favorite scenes in the season.
yeah, and if we have any more spicy time, we might just do more, just because. So for me, mine's is not in order. It's just the two that I'm hyped about at the moment. So since I'm here, let me start first. My favorite two scenes from season 1 was definitely the season 1 episode 11, the kitchen scene, Handon. That will always be my favorite scene, and also kind of the hizzy scene in season 1 episode 14. Was it 14? Yes. When they kind of was together for the little the little dance tease, little dress tease, how she was there for her when Hope was going through it, and she was like, it's okay to let it out. Those are the two scenes that I enjoyed the
Yeah.
most.
When I like this kind of a brand. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because once again, it kind of foreshadowed that they're going to become friends later on, because the whole season, Lizzie was kind of just pushing Hope off of oh, well, I tried to be friends with her when I was 5 and 7 and 9, and then now seeing that they bonded over something that wasn't even intended to be kind of a bonding moment. That definitely made me like Lizzie some more, because I did not like her in season 1. She was unpleasing me and my homegirl. So after that episode, I kind of kind of fell for Lizzie in a sense. So,
There was so
fell for
much
her.
really good development between Hope and Lizzie in season 1
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
really it made sense. There was a flow to it, and it just made sense. And they had such a good. They feed off of each other really well.
Yeah, and I love. You can finish.
That scene is the fact that Hope kind of understands Lizzie, and Lizzie kind of understands Hope in that sense. Just in that moment, Hope really needed that, because she didn't really have anyone else that knew what she was kind of going through.
Yeah, I loved how it was slowly developed too, because even when they found out, or after they found out what happened with Josie and how Josie lied to them for years, it wasn't automatically, hey, let's be besties. It was a slow flow of them slowly becoming friends, or at least acquaintances. Because once again, a lot of shows do this thing of oh, I used to hate you, me too, let's be friends. It was still Lizzie still had the banter. They still had the banter and going back and forth. They still had the jokes. And even in season 2, you still see it. So it wasn't a force oh, yeah, let's be besties. It's a slow build up, which is why Hizzy is one of my favorite friendships, because it was realistic. And it's not an all in your face friendship where it's so cheesy, but it's just enough to show that they really care for each other regardless of situations. So.
Yeah. Okay, your kitchen scene. I mean, I knew you were going to pick that, because but okay, they were baking a cake for the talent show, right?
Yes.
And I kind of wonder, what were they going to do? They were going to make the cake and then stand on stage and just show everyone the cake?
Yeah.
Just be look what we made. Were they
They are
gonna
so
like cut
messy.
it and then hand out slices to the whole school? Were they gonna make like
That's why Landon was like, "Is
slices?
cake decorating really a thing or something?" Like, it was
Yeah.
said right
Or
there.
maybe they
We're-
would decorate the cake on
They were
the.
gonna bake the cake and be like, "Look at
Yeah,
our design,"
exactly.
and then walk
And then
off
it
the
would
stage.
literally just be like Landon there standing like handing Hope these things because she's the one baking. And did she learn the baking from Declan? Is that what his name was? Declan?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Haley's boyfriend.
Yeah. Like it's just like she said, oh, with the salsa dancing and stuff like that. Like how does she know all of those things? Like where did she learn? When did she get taught salsa dancing and like
Could've
Probably
synchronized
Rebecca.
swimming
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dancing stuff. It was
Yeah,
Rebecca.
Rebecca for sure was like, "Come
and the
on, girl."
synchronized swimming?
What?
Did
I
anybody
would
take
say
a dip?
Rebecca too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, whoever got dropped in the in the water, time for a good little dip.
Well, Vandy can't swim, so
Oh my God! Yeah, listen. She
He
need to teach him
also
how to. She
and
gonna need to teach him
he
how to
never
swim.
he never said he couldn't dance. He said he didn't want to wear the uniform or the outfit, the
Yeah.
leotards or whatever it was. But I mean, it's kind of a shame.
No, I think overall
Honestly.
that scene was like I loved it the most because even though she was slugged up, it was the first time you saw Hope actually relax. Opposed for him always trying to save everybody, she was just chilling in the kitchen cooking a damn cake, and then she was
And-
and then she was
Happy
teaching my
Hope.
good son.
Happy Hope.
The one thing about that scene that's just so beautiful too is when she asked him to sing a song or whatever, like to share his lyrics, and he was like, that's private. I don't share that with anyone. There was
Yeah.
no whining from her. There was no, oh, but come
Pressure.
on. It was
Yeah.
just okay.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
like
move on.
okay,
Like,
let's make a cake.
It was so genuine. Like she was just like, okay, I understand you have that privacy. I'm not going to push it. Like it was such a good like growing moment, I think, in that like seeing that, and then which makes the scene that follows, well, not follows directly, but all that more like special because first he didn't want to share it with her, right? So
Yeah. But also, like, even then, like, even when she was more happier, she was still the same with Landon. It wasn't like how, like, she was more comfortable with letting herself be free instead of worrying about the things. So it was kind of different to see her so carefree that Landon was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And she just like, maybe I just want to be happy. So maybe we'll see it in season 3. Probably not.
Probably not.
Hate to see
Obviously
it.
not.
No,
It's
happy
like-
hope. That's the only time we're getting it.
Happy Hope without the
Doesn't
slug.
exist.
Without any good vibes.
Without
she's not
like
vibing.
just
She's
just
not
Happy
vibing.
Hope in general. Okay,
Right.
Sam.
Well, you already know the first one. That would be the cell scene.
Yes.
And then the second would be where Hope and Landon are on Hope's bed after Hope finds out that Landon's a phoenix.
Oh, I love the scene.
Yeah,
That was a
opening
good
to
one.
114.
Honestly, the cell scene is so underrated because they talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, that's where he admits that he had a crush on her too, like all those
Yeah,
years
he was
ago.
bold.
And
He
they
was
had their
bold.
first kiss on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But like, even look at your picture and the way that they're like, okay, the fact that they both couldn't sleep, and that here's this girl who spent the last 2 years basically holding herself up in her room, and then he's in the cell in the whatever basement or whatever it was, and she, who wasn't drawn to anybody in the school, all of a sudden can't sleep, and so she goes downstairs to be with him because that's where the most comfort is for her.
Exactly. And it's very obvious they try to tell you something because they show both of them not be able to sleep.
Yeah, they
Like
were
both of
thinking
them
about each
tossing and
other.
turning, and then both of them like somehow feeling at ease to talk to each other literally after they couldn't sleep. Like it's probably 3 o'clock in the morning, and they just
Yeah.
like, yo, I can't sleep, can't eat unless I go
Like-
downstairs and talk.
She was
So-
expecting that he was just going to go, like he's going to get compelled and then leave.
Yeah.
So she didn't even have to get close to him. She didn't have to do anything, and yet she still went
Did it.
against what she was used to, even Alaric pointing it out, saying, you need to make friends or whatever, but still went down and sat with him. You could just tell that she was drawn to him even in that moment, because it was just so sweet, because here's this girl that's so closed off, and yet she wants to be there with Landon.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's crazy to me that she even felt the need to go downstairs. And for her to go downstairs, and her reason is just like make him kind of comfortable with, like, okay, well, let me put the spell to help you fall asleep. Like, as if she knew, like, obviously you can't sleep too. And for her to even care that much about him, because they probably, you don't know how many times she probably did this already. And the fact that she went downstairs and she was trying to make sure he was comfortable before before they compel him in the morning, I was just like, girl, you didn't even have to come down here. She came down there and
She did it
stayed.
in the sky, like made it look like the sky, so he didn't feel claustrophobic and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But,
she was
like,
doing a lot to make him comfortable.
The fact that they couldn't sleep at the same time just drives the theory still that they're connected. Like, just that they're so in tune with each other's emotions, even after the 2 years of not seeing each other.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, and she wanted to open herself up to him. I mean, it was like when she thought he was compelled and saw him walking away, she watched him with a smile on her face while she touched her lips, knowing that they had kissed, and that because she wanted that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more so like baffling to me that after 2 years they instantly opened up and told each other some of the most, I guess, secretive things that they kept to themselves, especially with Hope not talking to people that much, and then she instantly sees Landon after 2 years, and she's like, yeah, my dad was this, and my mom was this, and I'm this, and this is why I'm this way. Her tell like she felt so comfortable with him to tell him almost her whole damn life story in an hour of him just being on the Salvatore School's grounds.
And she
Like,
was
just
so comfortable
imagine.
with, like, touching him, and, like, like, even because right before he potentially got compelled, she grabbed his hand. Even though you don't see it, you can kind of see the motions in the office. And, like, again, this is the girl that wouldn't make friends at all. Even in the originals, she had Henry. That was her only friend. No one else was her friend. So I don't know what people are thinking, that she just shut herself off for the 2 years. She wasn't even a friend to anyone when she was a Marshall. And then when she came out as a Michelson, she just locked herself in her room. So, like, she had no friendships, no connections, no nothing at that school other than Henry and Roman.
Yeah,
And,
so like
and Landon.
and she, like, he was the first person that she saw that she felt comfortable with. That's why I'm just like, I keep forgetting that she doesn't talk to people. It's not like she has friends who she just stopped talking to. She doesn't talk to anybody. And for him to just be like, for him to be human, not understand what she's talking about, and even the possibility of him like not remembering, she was like, yeah, I feel comfortable enough to tell you about my parents and why I'm this way.
Yeah.
And the fact that he knew that she was part of this supernatural school. He didn't know what she was yet, but he knew that she was part of the supernatural school, and he still asked her to stay with him. He wasn't afraid of her. He wasn't, he wasn't. He was only afraid because he was in a cell, but he wasn't afraid of her, and he asked her to stay. And then, she's the one that chose to walk away. But it was the same as when he reacted to her father. Like, she was expecting the same reaction from everyone else, like, oh, your father's evil, blah blah blah, and he was just so understanding about it. So, I mean, yeah, Sam, that scene is definitely, like,
top tier.
Definitely. Oh,
Top
yeah,
tier.
For sure.
It's
And then,
super underrated.
It is so
and then-
underrated too.
And then to go to the one where it opens up in 114, where she's cuddled up to his chest, and just, like, could you just imagine, like, the night before that, them getting home, and they're so tired, but she didn't want to leave him, so he, to comfort her, slept in her bed and held her in his arms all night, just so that she knew he was close and wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Run it.
Like, it's so pure. It's just so adorable and so pure. And the way she was clutching to him, like, just...
I wish could have had seen this scene before.
I know. like that whole like conversation beforehand.
Like,
or
did
even,
she
like,
ask him to stay because
that
she didn't
asking
want to
him
stay
to,
away?
oh, could you imagine the parallel to that though? Like from the first scene when he asks her to stay, and then to that scene when she
Yeah,
asks him to stay.
they should get at least a hug because there is no way. I thought we were gonna get a hug.
113 ended.
You don't
Not
like how
that.
14 ended?
113.
Oh, 113.
It's
Where
like
it was just like them
him, and then
standing
it
in
goes
the.
to the credits or whatever. I'm like, that's it. That's how you're
Yeah.
gonna announce he's a phoenix. Like, I
You
was
don't
just
get to see the aftermath.
Oh no, I
like,
liked
just,
it. I don't know.
I don't know. It felt.
It left. It was
good.
it was a good cliffhanger,
Yeah. For
and
me, it
all
was
I cared about
amazing.
is that he was still alive. So
Yeah.
True. And then it opening up to a hand-in scene. I mean,
Yeah.
it can't get any better than that.
Because it's
So-
like it showed how like needy she was because she was wrapped around him. First of all,
I love how we think it opened up with the handed scene, but we had that scene with Clark beforehand.
we really did though.
Yeah, because the
I
girl,
don't remember.
the girl
yeah, I
with
blacked out that scene.
things that matter.
Irrelevant. But the fact that she was painting him,
Yeah.
like that means that he was in her room,
It's just how
and
irrelevant he
he
was.
was posed, and she was painting him. Why did I put that as my top 2 scenes?
Because you have no taste.
You don't have. I wasn't on your list. I want to see what your list is.
But did he pose for her?
That's
or
what I'm
did she
thinking. Like,
paint
cause
by
he had like
memory?
his head was tilted a little bit. It was like giving side tease, and he was smiling, which means that I don't think she could easily have him just like, I got you. Like he must have been there for reference.
I think that she has such exquisite detail, because when in the originals, when she was painting her whole family portrait, I don't know if they all like stood and
Probably not, but
posed for her. So just the idea of her knowing every detail of his face and everything, and painted it, like the fact that she painted him in the first place,
She's so
Right.
obsessed.
she's obsessed. She loves him. Don't blame her. So
Shannon game.
I'm gonna end up crying this episode. No words.
Arlon, can you get out of here, please?
What are you talking about?
I heard what you said.
I didn't even say anything. I'm looking.
Good.
we're talking about season 1 right now, Arlon. Jeez.
He said James and Endgame, the dreads.
I heard that too. Yeah.
The dreads.
I heard it
He's so
too.
annoying. I
Right.
swear to God.
Yeah, I'm pleasing me and my homegirl.
Couldn't just let it go. Like just
No.
let it slide.
Somebody was talking and you whispered it. That's rude and ignorant. Where's your manners?
Okay. For me, my top scene obviously is Landon's song to Hope. I am in love with that scene. I don't think anything could top it for me. It's just so sweet. And then my second scene isn't actually a Handon scene. It's a Lizzie scene, because it is the moment that my feelings for Lizzie changed. And it was in 110 when she was talking to Alaric on her third wish, and she was just like, there's a world where your dreams came true. And that whole like scene with the Ginny about her final wish, and you could really see her heart and how much she actually cared for people. And it was such a flip for me that like I went the first 9 episodes not liking Lizzie, and then I watched that episode, and by the end of that episode I was like, okay, Lizzie's like top 3 character now. I love her, and Lizzie is now one of my favorite characters. Hope Landon.
Yeah.
But
Her
that
development.
episode, yeah,
Her development
she has
was
had the best development out of all of the characters in both seasons. She is
Yeah.
like,
hands down. Because like it was like once again it was slowly built up, and once again with her development of her like really having this hatred for the Hope, for her to wish something, as like for her just to worry about her own benefit, not caring about how it would affect her dad and Josie, and her kind of seeing how it would be if Hope didn't exist. It kind of I don't know, it kind of changed her, because later on, once again, her hatred for Hope wasn't like so like there as it was the first like episodes beforehand. She slowly I don't know. I just feel like that Gina episode, damn, alarm
the
still.
first couple wishes were about her hatred for Hope.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, ultimately learned was tied in with Josie. But the third wish had nothing to, I mean, it was, Hope wasn't born, but the reason she changed is because she realized that if she didn't change herself or find a way to work through her mental issues, something drastic could happen. And it was her love for Josie and her love for her family that she figured out how to beat the Ginny. Like, she beat the Ginny. What would have happened? You know, like would any of else, if Ginny had come to Josie and had done that, do we think that Josie would have figured it out? Like, I
don't know.
don't think.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think Lizzie was like the perfect person for the Ginny episode because, like, for the first 9 episodes, I preferred Josie over Lizzie.
Yeah, like,
and then
like,
I mean, after episode 12, I was just, that was over. But episode 10 with Lizzie, it's just like it was so, they just did it so well.
Yeah, it was perfect. It was matched out in a way that it made sense because a few episodes later, it definitely answered the problems that was explained in that episode. That Lizzie had this powerful rage and hatred towards Hope, that she was so blinded by it that she didn't care who it would hurt in the process as long as she didn't have to see Hope. Which is why when her wishing that Hope never existed, she didn't see that how, like, she finally saw how it would change everything. Even having her sister die, having like the look like apocalyptic state there for her to finally see that, like, you know, maybe there's more things than just me hating Hope. And then later on, her finally getting her answer to why she hated Hope so much was like, it kind of made sense because later on, like, she literally kind of spoke them things into existence. She found out what happened between her and Hope, and then she also found out about the merge. So not only did it kind of like make Lizzie see things outside of her hatred for Hope, but it also, she foreshadowed the stuff that we have been waiting to see, such as what made Lizzie hate Hope so much and who caused it. You know,
you know, and the fact that she doesn't remember. Okay, I'm wondering when she got her memories back, because Sebastian got his memories back, and then Landon got his memories back from his mom, and like Alyssa got her memories back of that Emma. I wanted to say Karen, but that Emma had erased from her. So it wasn't just Malivore memories. So it made me wonder if there was a part of Lizzie that got her memories back for the Ginny, because
I don't think she did because it was kind of an alternative universe. So
yeah,
and it would have disrupted the timeline because, well,
yeah.
I mean, because it's what Lizzie said, or what the Ginny said. If she never met Malivore, then she never would have met Lizzie. So it's like, but it's kind of cool that there's that alternate universe where that kind of happens. And I really loved the Penelope in that episode because the Penelope in that Wish universe was,
her in that alternate universe.
She was top tier.
It was.
Yeah.
She
It
was
was so
determined
sad.
for her love. For her,
She was
boo-boo.
broken without Josie.
You know, that just shows how she probably is now without her boo.
well, she's Josie's soulmate. That's just what that proved.
Yeah, she's her soulmate.
God, season 1 Posey hit different. God,
Nah, season 1 hit different, honestly.
It hit different when it made sense. Like,
yes.
season 2 just
a mess.
A hot mess.
Season 1 was very, like, it was thought out.
It was so good.
It
was
sense.
so good.
Yes,
the
like,
relationships made sense.
It was thought out, and it was like it was plot, like, it was a main plot, and then the characters had their own plots, which all kind of mounded around the main plot as well. Season 2, it was just like a roller coaster of how many people we can just throw in this bitch. That's what it was. It was like, let's add Kai, but we don't know where to put Kai yet. Let's add Freya, but put her in for like 2-minute time. We don't want to give her that much money. Oh, throw in a necromancer, but give him an episode, even though he doesn't have a friend.
It's like Oprah, and you get an episode,
yes,
and you get an episode.
You get a season, you get a plot, but we don't finish your plot because we want to worry about one plot. And I'm just like, so why is it here? They gave us a whole necromancer episode, and I don't know what it gave me. Just annoyance.
Okay, but can we go back to Landon's song to Hope?
Yes, always.
Because
tears.
Just when did he write that?
When he was in the booth. Oh my god.
In the booth.
Probably when he was on the bus. Probably when he was on the bus. Probably when he was on the bus. When he wrote that letter to Hope the first time.
When he was on the bus.
Probably when he was in the forest. With Ralph when they left. I feel like it was probably around that time since he had more freedom, more free time. Probably was because remember when you saw her
When he
But he thought
left.
that he was like hallucinating her. Probably saw her and was like, "Time to get in the booth." Like I feel like that was the time. He just
I mean,
couldn't get her out of his mind. He was like, "Let me just write
it
her
was
down
an
real quick."
interesting song too because he almost was writing it. I mean, he was writing it about her, but he was telling it to someone else because it was
Yeah.
like it's about her. So it was almost like, I mean, him writing it in the bus would make sense because it was almost like if he was going to tell his mom
Yeah,
about
it's
this girl,
Yeah.
yes.
this is what he would say about her.
I was
you
about
know?
to say that, like maybe he's doing for his mom.
Yeah, because she was literally the only one that was like, I'm going to help you find your mom. Like, no one else had offered him that. Like, it wasn't just, oh, you need to leave. It was, you need to leave because I want you to be happy. I want you to figure this out, and you need to figure this out. Everyone else just voted him out because, you know, Josie said he was a danger and, you know, whatever. Caleb, you know, same thing. But with Hope, there was reasoning behind why she voted him out. And then
Yeah.
And she still cared to
She
find
wanted
him
to
a home.
protect him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they all left, they all kicked him out, and like they didn't go talk to him afterward. They didn't try to find out where he could go. They were just like, go back to where you were before, and it's like, where was he before? Like
Yeah.
you can't just kick him back. You
Yeah.
can't just
She
tell him
only
to go back
voted
home with one person, like
yeah.
without his brother.
And then so
She
like
only voted him
learning
out because she wanted him to be safe.
exactly.
Yeah,
And
like
like
he just got tossed.
learning that I could see him, those letters on the bus actually being
The song.
the song.
Yeah.
I just put those together, y'all. Manifest as I should.
I mean, hopefully
But
that means we'll get a parallel to Hope singing a song about Landon.
oh, when we get
Oh my
it,
god, we hope so. Because
no,
honestly,
honestly, if we get that and then we talk about it on the podcast afterwards, like as soon as we done the episode,
that
sick.
episode's gonna be I
Head full.
anyways,
Yo, if she
who's next? Vit, it's your favorite scenes.
yeah. Okay, so first scene is Handon 1-8. When Hope tells Linda he is one of the strongest person she knows. I adore this scene. It's so underrated too because he's like, I'm sorry I brought all this to your life. And she's like, I'm not. Like, I'm not sorry that you were in my life. Like,
You think
he's
that
probably
scene's
the best
underrated?
thing.
What's
Yeah.
so sad too is he has that that self-image of himself that he just ruins people's lives.
Yes.
That
yeah.
you know, like he ruined Roth's life, or he ruined Hope's life, or he ruined his mom's life, and that's why she gave him up. And like, just
What started it was like the whole thing where it's like, you know, he's a foster kid, so he grew up.
Yeah, I mean, how many times he listened to that from his foster parents? Like,
yeah, that he was basically just thrown away like trash almost. Like, and so he grew up, and then to be treated the way he wasn't loved. He was treated like garbage and
Yeah.
beaten and burned and you know, belittled every single day. Like, I don't know if he knew even what love was.
yeah, it's still so hard for him to understand like why she loves me. Like,
Yeah.
why
Yeah,
she
and
chose
yeah,
me.
and it's like it was still kind of a problem in season 2 as well. Is that like he just don't believe that like she like I don't know he don't believe it, and that kind of
Yeah,
sad
he
in my
doesn't
heart.
believe he's enough. It's so
Like he
sad.
just don't. It's like everything she does, he just like you're better than me. You're more perfect. You're more stronger.
Yeah.
You don't like. I'm just here. I'm just weak. Like, it makes it sound like he just downs himself a lot, and you definitely saw it in episode 8 of season 1 when he was just like, I'm sorry, I'm a burden to you in school, and she's just like, why are you even saying that? And he just like,
Yeah.
he's like, I don't know. He's saying all the sad stories about his life. I'm just like, sir, please.
And you know what? The fact that that was coming from her, knowing what she's been through,
Yes.
like, I mean, he kind of knew her story, but didn't really know her story fully, obviously. But
Yeah.
like
Knowing
the
her
fact
family?
that, yeah, and the fact that she said that without even a second thought, like just like, and just the way that she caressed his back or whatever when she was saying it, it was so genuine and so like, I don't know,
It's so
just the
pure.
fact that, yeah, just the fact that she said that knowing her background.
Yeah, like she was still like understand, like she was understanding, but she wasn't like, well, I had worse experience. She was just like, I understand, because I don't like once again, a lot of people weren't there for Landon, so she needed to be that person that was there for him.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
part of like why their relationship is so good, is because like you see the judgment in the first few episodes of Hope, what everyone thinks of Hope.
Yeah.
You know, Lizzie's thoughts on Hope, even Roth's like, you know, his thoughts on her, you know, he even said that in episode 2 about all the rumors he's heard about her and everything. And yet Landon learns about her father and her mother and all of that, and then hears all the rumors. Landon hears these rumors. He's obviously talked to Roth, and yet there's no judgment on his part whatsoever. She's just the girl that he likes. She's just Hope. She's not this like scary, you know, werewolf witch, blah blah blah, whatever. She's
She's
just
just the
Hope.
girl he used to give milkshake.
He ready to risk it all for him as he should, you know?
And then the fact that she came after him. Like, first off, she gave him the bracelet,
Yes.
which is probably the first time he's ever felt a connection with anyone besides with Roth. But like, and what Paige said last week about the whole like no place like home thing, and like, you know, having the bracelet and everything. And then the fact that he pressed it and she came, he wasn't even sure she was going to come. And like, he probably has never had anyone, which he said in that scene, that, you know, I've never had anyone fight for me before or whatever. And the fact that she did is just how, I just don't get how people don't see why Hand and are so good together. I just don't understand. Like you see these scenes and you break them down, and how do you not see it? I just
hate to see it.
Yeah, like before kisses or anything, my favorite scenes of them are always their talks, because they're so vulnerable
at least,
with each other. Go ahead,
like,
Ash.
I was gonna say, like, at least if you don't even ship them, like, you cannot tell me that they both didn't like were comfortable enough to talk to each other and obviously tell each other things they didn't have to anybody else. You can't sit there and kind of debunk that or recon that. If Woman never came, Hope will still be in a box, just chilling by herself.
Yeah,
like,
who they are as people. If you broke down the character and who they are as people, like, and we know Hope because we've known Hope since, you know, the originals. We've seen what she's grown up with. We knew her all in season 5. You know, we know Hope. We've seen a glimpse into Hope, and for someone to like not see her character fully and understand why she has this connection with Landon or why she loves Landon, and just say it's like a stepping stone or it's a whatever.
Yeah,
they don't
understand her
see
character.
who Hope is. They don't understand her character. That's just what it is. They do not understand her.
They don't want to acknowledge the fact that Landon contributes to her character development as well.
Yeah,
that's what I say.
That's why she's so worried about him. Like, is the first person she have a connection after her parents' death.
Yeah.
Like, she won't let that go easily. She won't.
No. And do you honestly think if he wasn't around, say he wasn't the source of the monsters and the monsters were coming anyways, and if he wasn't around, do you honestly think she'd be like running around, you know, doing all of the work that she has been doing?
No.
She was, though. She was going with Alaric to save
she was going with Alaric, but she wasn't making any connections. She wasn't the only person she connected to was Alaric.
Was Alaric, yeah.
She just was there to do her job. Like, she was like kind of a second security guard or something. She wasn't there to just be best friends with anybody. Like, he was the only person that she felt a connection with in 2 years.
And I honestly think she did that too because her mom told her that she would be the one to unite the factions. And so Hope felt like, and even her and Elijah talked about it on the bench about how they were like the saviors of their families or whatever. And Hope had this like huge weight on her shoulders right from the time that she was born. And then when she, you know, died and saw her mom, but she didn't really die, but when she saw her mom and her mom says, you're the one that can unite the factions, I think Hope really took that upon herself. And that was another reason why she went with Alaric, because first off, it gave her, she wasn't like, you know, in her room the whole time. She was actually making a connection with at least one person. And second, it was almost like she was honoring what her mom wanted her to do.
Yeah.
So, like, her character, you can really, like, she does have a really good character. She is a really good character. You have to really look into her character to understand why Landon is such a good match for her too. And anyone who doesn't want, like, who, if you don't know Hope, then you're not going to understand Handon.
Well, that should be spread across the globe.
Yeah.
They're
But
so
anyways.
good. They're so good together.
Yeah.
Just when they wake up and like,
Get
oh
get
god,
possessed and
exactly. They
we
would
ain't gonna
just
catch a break. We ain't gonna catch a break until like
people would just keep saying things,
This
and
is our break. What do you mean?
they would just start like every obstacle that put in front of them, they destroy it.
overcome
Like
it. They beat it
they
up, beating
beat
up
that
Scott.
shit. Yes. So
Like we're doing keep collecting our in game. Every obstacle that comes every season, they're going to overcome it, which is going to make them stronger and stronger, and it's
yeah,
also going to keep strengthening their character, their development.
like
Once
I don't
again,
know
Landon.
if I'm being biased or anything, but like I don't see Hender's story ending anytime soon because
Yeah,
they are basic.
listen.
It makes no sense.
If you want to be a conspiracy theorist, there's not going to end in season 3, especially when they're still together. They literally
It
just
isn't.
strengthened their bond at the end of season 2, and
Yes,
there was nothing at the end of season 2 became a problem for them. So there's no
exactly.
reason for them to randomly break up. There's nobody as a threat,
Don't say
because
that.
I don't know how many times Hope I keep telling y'all that she loved this man.
And
Like,
like
Well, I mean,
they are not just like a couple in legacies. They are the story of legacies.
this
yeah.
is like, honestly, it's both. It's like Landon and Hope they're the main characters
The
in
main
a
story,
sense.
You have to
exactly.
have one
They
of
are the
them
main
where
story.
the story wouldn't be happening. If you don't have either one of them, like the story wouldn't be happening because
You saw how
everything
booty that
started.
episode 16 was? Like,
Oh god.
the Kai episode was booty in my opinion too.
It
Like,
was. It was one
like
of the
But
lowest rated too.
and
if
they
Hope
built
ain't
them this way.
one of them not in there is no reason for me to watch.
Yeah, I mean the writers built them this way in season 1. They built them this way in season 2. And for anyone to say, like, to go back and be like, oh, Landon's just like her. Okay, they compare Handon to Stelena, right? But
I don't
like,
think they are anything
no,
alike,
they're
honestly.
they're not like them at all, because like Stelena, yes, was like a good relationship, but the fact is Stefan also went after Elena because she looked like Catherine. I
Yes,
mean, there was
Elena
that
always had
I
initial.
feelings
can't
for
believe
Damon.
it.
It wasn't it. Anyways, there the build up for Hope and Landon is just so strong, and they built them
Yeah,
up from the
yeah.
originals,
Like,
and then having that connection. And for anyone to say, like, oh, Hope, her soulmate is he's just a stepping stone, and her soulmate's just been someone under her nose the whole time. No, it's not, because if that were true, then she would have made all those choices anytime she had one.
okay. One thing I don't understand about this fandom, and this is my first year in this fandom, and I honestly hate it here. I just don't understand how y'all don't want the show to be like the other shows, but then you use it to validate your ships. Um,
Yes.
I don't understand how 1 minute y'all all pro. I'm tired of the brothers fighting for the sister. I mean, for the one girl, and then when you don't get that, you somehow make it still that. Or if it's not the brothers fighting for the girl, it's somehow um based off of all the Vampire Diaries, they don't end up with the first guy or the first girl that they be with. Why does every show of the Vampire Diaries universe have to be the same damn trope? Somebody said Landon's going to die for good because he was in the originals. What does that even mean? Like, the show y'all
Yeah.
making don't make no damn sense.
And they'd be like, oh,
There,
she's gonna choose the other brother because Elena did it. Like
Yeah, because
Elena's Elena,
Delena,
like
and then it happened with Haley and Elijah. I'm just
it
like,
makes no
Or the
sense.
fighting
no.
between the two sisters.
Hey,
yeah.
look, Haley was never between Klaus and
Yeah,
Elijah.
that's Cap. She
Klaus,
was never. She was
yeah,
always
She
she
on
was
was never
never.
Elijah.
So,
between
like,
them.
some of these tropes y'all be making up don't be making no damn sense. And then some y'all be like, stop comparing it to the Vampire Diary universe, and then you sit here and write a freaking parallel thesis on Twitter about how they match up with one ship.
But there are a lot of parallels to the
Yes,
show,
they
but
are.
those are Easter eggs. I don't think they have it. They're just throwbacks for people who have been there since the Vampire Diaries, going, oh, hey, that's really cool, because I kind of saw that before, or like the tie-in from episode 5 with Josie's costume, and then with Stefan and Rebecca in the Vampire Diaries, talking about that with the 80 things, with the red balloons, and like there's little tie-ins, but it doesn't mean that the show is going to be exactly like. It's just Easter eggs. It's just a fun little thing that they throw in to tie it into the other shows.
Yeah.
Like Danielle has always said, it's a standalone show. So
yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand why it has to be a reason for everything. Like it just can't be legacies. No, it's legacies, but if you look at the ships, it reminds you of Stelina, but then obviously she's gonna find somebody that's like Delina. I'm just like, so she just can't have her own relationship. She has to be somebody else from a relationship from 9 years ago.
And they all think like Julie's just rewriting the same story with different characters.
Like,
but why do you have to force her into a different relationship? Why can't you just love Hope, like see that she's happy, and just like that she's happy?
Yeah.
People don't care if anybody's happy. Like I honestly feel once again I feel like it's like a lot of shows become about just ships. I don't care if she's happy with somebody else, as long as if she's not with the person I want her with, then it's invalid. That's what I feel like.
Or if it's a straight ship, it's invalid.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Anyways, what's your next scene, Vit?
my next scene. It is Jill saying goodbye to her daughters in Alaric.
Yeah.
That scene made me cry so much.
I think that scene made pretty much everyone
was so beautiful.
Cry.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I just think that she deserves to raise her daughters. People act like she just left him, but she was like murdered. She didn't choose to leave her daughters behind.
Yeah, like
why they act like she's
literally stabbed in the gut by an invisible Kai while she was getting married on her wedding. Like it's just she didn't want to leave her daughters. She loved the twins. They were gonna run away and raise the twins together. But she wanted those babies.
She was alive, the twins would understand so much better about the Gemini coven and the curse.
Both of them parents keeping that away from them.
I would never think. Joe is such a grounding force too. She was just so because of everything that she had survived with her brother and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Alaric shielding the girls and like spoiling them basically.
Yes.
Didn't do any favors for them.
Didn't.
And like they would be such different people, I think, if Joe had raised them.
They would. I think they would be much more happier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never believe that Caroline would really sit here and not tell them. Like, I just can't. I can't believe she really sat here and even let this clown have her agree with this nonsense. Alaric's not even supernatural anymore. Therefore, he shouldn't even be telling people what they should and should not know.
I mean, he was for a long time though.
Listen, doesn't matter. He ain't now. That's what I said. Now.
All right, but he still did that though. So I mean, it's not like he can do anything.
Okay, he was a grown adult in Vampire Diaries, hanging out with a bunch of
top tier in Vampire Diaries. He was top tier in Vampire Diaries,
chilling with kids and shit.
But anyways, I'm really happy they brought Joe back.
Yes,
because that was one guest star that was just
that made sense.
It made sense.
It made so much
sense.
And bringing her back and having that kind of closure with her daughters and it was so good.
Yeah.
We needed that. We needed to see her with the kids.
We needed that.
Yeah.
Especially now. Yeah. And the way that she came made sense. Because it was the 20th birthday party.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that she was just Caroline did a really good job and she wasn't jealous and she wasn't upset. She was just
she's
so
she knew.
Loved.
She understood.
And yeah.
It made sense and it was perfectly balanced and it also contributed to development opposed to season 2 when everybody it made no damn sense. Wait, no sense. Let's ignore that. But honestly, I feel like that scene was emotional, but also it was closure that the twins needed. Because once again, they never really saw their mom. So for them to finally see her before like she finally goes away.
And like you can see that Josie had her curious about her mother. She asked so many questions. Lizzie was more protective.
That's like what she always says is that Lizzie's more like Caroline in that.
Yeah, I think she doesn't have that disconnection with Caroline. She kind of feels left out.
That's why you kind of see it like with like she's like, you know, what she said. She's like, you'd never know that she's not her real daughter or whatever.
Yeah. But then the fact that Joe saw through Lizzie's like tough exterior like right away, and was like, "You have a pure heart. Like you have such a good heart."
That's the mother thing.
She doesn't have to see it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, she doesn't show a lot of people, right? It was like her funeral scene in season 2. Like MG saw it, but like not a lot of people did. And the fact that Joe saw it and she didn't even spend a whole lot of time with Lizzie was just was really sweet.
Like she was the love of Alaric's life.
Yeah.
Her dad broke him. I
know. He kept her body in the morgue for months. Like
Phoenix Stone too.
Yeah. I mean that whole thing. Like yeah. He never tried that with anyone else.
He's just sad all around.
Facts.
Like I understand they needed to make Kenzie because she was pregnant, so they put the twins on her. But like don't have a mother for the twins on Legacies, like even like phone calls or another things, because it just seems like she doesn't care at all. Like she's looking for the cure for the merge, but like Lizzie died and she wasn't there. Josie was buried alive.
They might just need to kill Caroline, like get another actress that wants to be on the show.
She makes no sense in Legacies whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like her kids went through so much shit. How many times they almost died, and she's just not there.
Look in Vampire Diaries. She sat with Tyler how many times? Every time he phased into a wolf, you know, like she was always there. And then in Legacies, she's not even calling her daughter. And then Josie tries calling her, and she was just like, "I don't mean to bother you. Like, really? That's your mom. You should be talking to her every single day."
And to think that like Lizzie was kind of like what did she even know that Josie got shot in season 1? Do she even know that? Do she know about the damn murder that kind of happened? Does she know anything? Like she don't call. And Larry don't even know about her whereabouts. Like calling her somehow, like from Josie's point of view, from what we heard, it makes like she barely even answered because Josie's like, "Is this the right time to call?" Like what? This is not Caroline, really? This ain't Caroline. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, might just need to recast, honestly.
Like honestly, at this point, and plus, like she could do some appearances. She out here working and after she doing scripts. So
she doesn't want to. She just doesn't want to.
I think she wants to follow the every other TV actor and not come on the show.
Then at this point, they're gonna have to recast. That's what I'm talking about loud because it's not making sense.
Or just
at least do some video chats. Come on, there's Zoom.
Yeah,
they could Zoom.
Give her scenes with them, make calls or anything.
Like, dang.
Yeah.
They have some. We got caught in this bitch. You would listen. Come on. Listen, at this point, get a new Caroline then, because it's not making sense. Like Caroline would never sit here and let her kids go through this alone. And this is stuff. She's just finding the cure. It's not making sense. Because when they become 21 and she's not there, she's gonna be still looking for the fucking cure.
They literally
when it
merge.
actually happens, she's gonna be like, "Oh guys, I'm on a flight, still looking for the cure." Like, what's gonna be the reason then?
They had a whole merge and she wasn't
there. They had a whole merge.
Yeah.
And she's not even there. Did she even call back when they told her about how Josie restored the memory? Like, did she call back? Because clearly not, because like Josie was going through this shit alone. Like,
yeah, Josie was whole dark and she wasn't there. It's just so weird.
It doesn't make sense. Like Caroline was around to die, so I don't understand why she's not.
I don't know.
With the kids.
Bring another Caroline and just revive Joe for good.
Right,
because
they could easily find another way to bring Joe back. Or do
what Twilight did. Have a body.
Dark Josie's here. They could do it. Dark Josie's here.
Put that face on that bed.
True, yeah.
They can run it.
Pay her just for her face futures. Put that shit on somebody else's body, and here we are. I'm not doing it with them no more. This is not pleasing me and my homegirls. Like, because it doesn't make sense. Like, and then plus their parents are literally garbage. How much can we deal with him? If he dies in season 3,
If he died, these kids are
Bless.
so.
Bless.
Oh my god,
if he dies in season 3, amazing, sensational,
sensational.
sensational.
All right, it's your turn.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with, for the first one, 109, the fireplace talk.
God.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's been like my top scene of season 1 for a very long time.
So
I don't
good.
know. I
So
just like Landon's speech. It's just, it gave me the feels.
Hope's little like hey is so soft.
Oh yes.
Like she's just when she's sitting there. Okay, the fact that right before that she sees him bonding, like making friends, and he hasn't really done that yet. And they're like making friends, and then so she doesn't want to bother him, so she leaves and she goes and sits. But like he automatically chases after her to let her know that he understands like why she was the way she was or whatever. And then the fact that like just yeah, that whole scene is so cute because she's just like, hey, it's just
Right
so
after he
soft.
just laid that track down with MG
No, he
and Caleb,
was
yo,
spitting
they
fire.
need
Yes.
they need to run that back.
What I like,
It was fire booth tease.
what I like about that scene is like Landon, like what he said, where he's like, you know, I'm gonna be the guy that always fights to find you again. It kind of reminds me, it's like the Michelsons, they fight for each other,
Yes.
you know, and it's like, wow, Hope's like listening to this guy say this. It's like, huh.
You got somebody that understands what they do on a
It's
daily
like
basis.
it's like to the point where she found some guy that's like gonna
That
stay,
understands
always gonna
that.
stay and
Yeah.
fight for her, while, you know, she's losing, you know, obviously, you know, her parents, and then Elijah, and then everything like that.
Yeah, and then she has like the students' lives on her
This
back.
guy's still saying, you know, I love you in a way. And she's like, he's gonna stay. I'm not used to this.
Like she had solved all the romances in her family and how things ended. And I think
Yeah.
she's like, this is what my mom wanted for me. She was never able to live her love, but I can.
Yo,
So-
can I not?
And like the fact that she saw Freya fighting her against her own happiness, and then she saw Rebecca fighting against her own happiness,
And Cole, and then she
and
had Cole
Cole, and then to
choosing
see
Davina
Haley,
over his family. Yeah.
yeah, like yeah, it's just like, and then her dad never really found that love or whatever because I mean she doesn't remember Cammy, so
Yeah, it's just the diaries.
yeah, but she's read all the diaries, so she knows. Like, yeah, that definitely Michelson's. But then the other part of that speech, I always kind of thought it was foreshadowing for season 2, and I kind of wonder if it was before they rewrote it, like the whole fighting to find you again.
Yeah, because Landon wasn't fighting hard enough for me.
Well,
She's
if you
not fighting
think
at
about it,
all.
it kind of did Robyn, because you remember in episode 4 of season 2, the Oni episode, where he was like, she's like, why are you here? He goes, oh, I don't know, I was looking for you or whatever.
Yeah.
Even
looking
though
for
he didn't
you.
remember who she was, he felt this connection to her and wanted to know who this person was. Because
Well, it was the same in episode 2. He could have gone to the school, but instead he was circling around because she went and had that whole conversation with Alaric.
Yeah, he's
and
like
everything.
fighting for her, but not realizing that he's fighting for the, you know, this girl that he used to be in a relationship with.
Yeah.
And I always thought that too, that they were going to foreshadow that whole scene, because I don't know, that scene, just when I think of like a Handed scene, that's like the first thing that comes to my mind, especially in season 1. First of all, it's beautifully shot. It was the cinematically.
That fireplace.
I
Yeah,
loved
the
it.
fireplace.
Like,
So iconic.
Elena in game.
Mm.
I love how
Exactly,
like
Arlon.
yeah, I love how she's laying there and then she like turns her whole body when she's sitting there.
To
She
listen
turns
to
her
him.
body towards him, just the way
Yeah.
she gives him her full attention by turning her body. And then like when she grabs his face to kiss him, he puts his arm like I didn't notice that his hand was on her waist. until like, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I was watching that scene on my TV, and I was like, oh my god, his hand is on her waist. Like,
Love to
why
see
did I
it.
not notice that
He
before?
apologizes after he talks. He's like, can I? And he asks for the permission. He goes, can I say something?
That was the cutest thing, especially since, like, knowing how he grew up, he probably wasn't allowed to say his opinions or anything like that. And then, like, so he had to ask to even speak, and then afterwards for him to be like, I'm sorry, like his feelings didn't matter. Like he had to apologize for the way he felt. And it's just so,
I love that scene.
Brandon is just such an amazing character, honestly. Like, he's just okay.
No
next
words.
scene.
Well, it was Joe's goodbye. But I'm gonna have to go with Hope's speech at the end of the season before she
to Alaric. Oh god.
to Alaric.
Oh.
I first of all, Danielle slays at everything, but that scene was just perfectly performed. Like, she performed it perfectly. And I don't know, it shows how much growth Hope went through for the first season. She's finally realizing, these people at the school, they're my friends, and she doesn't want them to hurt, so she takes the blame like she always does, but that's a different story. But yeah, I don't know, I just love that scene. I'm gonna have to go with that one. That was a good one.
That is a really good one. That just the fact she could have just put up a berry spell, but anyways, just
You could have put her blood in freaking.
she could have done that. But like, she even made that, just the fact that she even made that phone call to Alaric, like, knowing that he would care, because she knew as soon as she jumped in, no one would remember her. So he wouldn't even remember that conversation. And yet she jumped in anyways. Or, I mean, she called him anyways. Like, it's just,
She needed to get it off her chest before she jumped into the pit, even though they weren't going to remember it. She needed to say it. I guess
And she need to get off. Arlon, you can go.
You guys know the first scene, the bus stop kiss.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Which thoughts about it?
What do you mean? Tell you about it.
It's
top tier.
Yeah.
It's top tier. It's their best kiss.
I like it because the scenery, how they zoomed out with all the coloring, even though that when we edit it's trash, but
with the bus stop, with the bus coming towards them,
with the lights in the back.
Stop.
Can we just say that they always get the prettiest kisses?
The
Like,
prettiest
it's always
scenes
so
too.
yeah. And like, he jumped the whole curb to run to her.
He took two big ass steps.
Yeah, and like, she turned around and the look on her face was just like,
she automatically knew.
She was crying. Like, why she was crying?
She was like kicking herself when she was just like standing there. She's like, I should go.
Yeah, she wanted to kiss him,
like,
but
she wanted to kiss him. She wanted to, like,
I think she was waiting for him to make the first step.
Yeah. She was waiting for something because she was there. She's like, I should go now. I'm just like, will you? You could have won already.
And he just kind of smirked at her like he didn't say anything. It's almost like he knew that she wanted to kiss him.
And he was
too,
playing.
He was just kind of like,
he knew it was time. He knew what time it was.
Yeah.
It was so. Then it's so smooth.
In
when it comes to Hope.
He said smooth criminal tease because he pulled that he pressed the button. They ran to each other and shit in slow mo, and I was like, oh. The bus someone ran him over though, like.
And then just the fact that she accidentally like hurt his ribs or whatever. And he was like, it's okay, it's worth it.
It's worth it. Yeah. Bring them lips back, B. I said, I love to see it.
I wish we could have seen how the scene ended, like completely ended.
Yeah, because like they was in the way and shit. I wanted the bunch up.
I wanted like.
Yeah, I wanted she watched the bus go off, and did she like wave at him?
Right? Did she was she sitting on the bench just watching him? Did she like give one more kiss before he went inside the door?
Yeah.
Give me my content.
They was driving probably. It was like, can you guys stop? I need to go. We're gonna run you out over.
So I would have been there like this. Excuse me, ma'am. Go ahead, continue. I'll wait. Yeah, Tom.
Danielle said it was epic. She
It
called it
was.
epic.
Yeah.
It was
And she
epically,
should.
and it's also epically hard to edit as well.
Is it?
Yes, because
Yeah,
it's so
there's some
dark
color
and so
filters on it.
green.
Wow.
Might as well throw it in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
hate
go.
to see
You gotta put it under a surgery table to edit that.
It's worth it
Damn.
though.
Hate to see.
It's top
Yeah.
tier scene.
Yeah. Okay. What's your second favorite scene?
The season finale when Landon snaps Clark's neck.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah.
shit was immaculate taste.
Yeah, because
He did his reflex was on point. He just threw that shit. He didn't care if it was his brother. He didn't get no second thoughts. He just beat me up, Scotty. Just got the neck and then was like, "Let me go back to my lady."
yeah, I
I wish
liked
he
it because
could- I wish-
no,
I wish
go.
he took that with him.
The whip thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just took a whip.
I just liked it because we got to like see like what his potential is, like his powers.
I want to do that. Like I want to
Yeah.
snap somebody's neck.
Maybe he does have it. Maybe he does have it. We just haven't seen
His
it.
strength.
No, the
But-
whip thing.
Just the fact that like he got so mad and then he just knew how to hold that, like just
Came out
even
of
Hope's
nowhere.
reaction, she was just like, damn, like
Damn.
that was
Damn,
hot.
The potential is crazy.
Phoenix Combat's no joke.
Honestly, though,
exactly.
like he snapped that neck. I need to watch that again because how she put her whole
That was
body.
so
Like, damn. I
glorifying.
said yes, ma'am.
That was like a small glimpse into our like the Landon, like the fierce Landon that we want. Like I think
Yeah.
that's the Landon he's gonna be after this whole like Mallow Landon thing.
Mm.
Like it's
Yeah.
Like-
Mm.
he's obviously gonna grow so much, and he's not gonna be this he's not gonna feel as broken, I guess, because now he's got, you know, Hope and then Roth and kind of a family and a home, and like so he's really grounded a lot more now.
Yo, when we get that Landon, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm
I
so
love it
ready for
here.
Get That Landon.
Like
That's gonna be.
I'm just ready for Landon to really become sicko.
I don't want him to be
savage.
nice. Like
I don't want to be nice either.
I want him to
I
have like
want
a
him
little
to be
drop
like- I want him
of
to be like-
Elijah and Damon. I want him to have like a drop of them.
No, not like no.
Yeah,
no.
because
No.
Elijah's
He
good.
needs to be
Elijah's good,
like
but then he can,
Elijah. Like
snap.
Elijah was
Yeah.
was a baddie. Okay, he threw that damn nickel or dime in that window and it just went into shatters.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
mean
what he needed
though.
to do.
He can like
Not-
be really nice. He can be really nice,
Yeah.
but like he can be
Damon
like
wasn't
just
never
snap.
nice.
Yes, he was though.
Barely. What the fuck, Damon?
All right, sometimes though.
Okay, but Elijah
Damon was
always
nice with
classy.
Elena
Yeah,
and Bonnie.
yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah, that was only two. He said, and a little bit for Steph. Other
But
than
like
that, he would
we
just
saw a little bit of that Landon in season 2 in the first episode when Josie found him coming out of the lake after he had resurrected again.
Oh yeah,
And
that scene.
And he like kind of snapped at her. Like we kind of saw that Landon, like that was a good Landon.
yo,
That was top tier, Gene.
No, oh my God, yo, please. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite scenes. Damn. Hold on, we gotta talk about that in a minute.
Is that one that was on your list?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that after then. We can go into season 2.
Yeah, Arlon, you're who's
I
now?
flipped
What?
it backwards, so now it's Arlon, you say for season 2 now.
Damn. All right. First
He
scene is
got things on the spot.
Nah, I got it.
He can't
First
even
one.
speak.
First one, Jandon's first kiss.
Oh my god.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
I'm just
Skip
joking.
that,
I'm
skip that.
joking. The real one is Landon getting his Phoenix powers and like
Yes.
coming out of the air and hoping Josie
Iconic.
watching.
Damn.
In 213 when he flies. Are you crossing that off?
Hated
Yeah,
it.
that is a really good scene. That's such a good parallel with like the whole like flames in the air and then the way that they stand and
They-
just look at each other, like that whole cinematic shot.
How he just knew how to work it so fast. I feel like he's gonna become a fast learner when learning how to control his powers. I feel like he's gonna be a fast learner because
Hope couldn't
how
even
he
move.
was like he was flying with Darian, Sailor Moon. Oh, okay, Dorian, at time.
No
No
worries.
worries, just ignore it. This is the second time it happened too. When he flew with Dorian, like he wasn't struggling, he was strong. So I hope to see more, but like for him to actually grasp that ability so fast and just like land so perfectly and then just walked off, like he didn't just fly a distance. I love this man.
I wonder if when he was practicing to fly, if he ever got his wings to work again.
Like I wonder if it's like on command. Like I wish we learned more about it later on because was it just a thing that in a speed of a moment, heat of a
It
moment,
was
or
an
like is it
emotional
on
trigger,
command?
right?
Yeah, like is it like can he now do it just with him thinking it since he was practicing supposedly?
Yeah.
I want to see the results.
I don't think they're gonna show it until like he has to fight
We're not
somebody.
gonna show it until season 6.
Yeah.
If you think
But like,
if he had to be like technically with like the whole thing going into the golden arrow, what if he had to be like stabbed by the golden arrow to become like a full phoenix?
I would love to see it
And
then.
like
I'm ready to.
maybe that was the whole purpose of the
The
prophecy was to get him
Yeah.
to activate all of his powers.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you think about it,
Yeah.
wants him.
Then maybe that's one more step for him to give Malivore the full power to take over then.
What if he doesn't fully get possessed yet and he actually activates all of his powers and it's a fight before he gets possessed? Like he kind of becomes like, because Hope's asleep, and let's face it, we haven't seen her really on set, so we don't know what's happening, that he's the one kind of taking her position and fighting, like leading kind of the super squad.
I'd like to see it.
Invest.
But I really do want to see more with his wings.
Yeah, I hope they do more because that was fire.
We're getting a hand in flying kiss. Like he's gonna take her for a date, and that's when we're gonna see his wings.
Manifest, Arlon. Let's manifest.
Manifest,
Yes, please. Because
Can you imagine that scene? It's gonna be so
Top tier.
the fact that she even asked him what, like that whole, like just, yeah, okay, I don't know if that's someone's favorite scene, so I'm not going to say it, but we could talk about that after.
You know?
What's your next one?
Oh, mistletoe kiss. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Taste. Surprised. Shocked.
We are so surprised that day. Oh my god.
That scene took me out because I trashed the whole episode into like the last 5 to 10 minutes. So no, literally last 5 minutes. I was over it. I was done.
Yeah, I
was
remember
mad that
that
I
day.
watched it and my expectations were very low. And then a 2-piece comboed me with the kiss. And I was crying for the rest of the night, honestly. Because his speech he gave her,
Yeah.
amazing. Even though it wasn't making sense because 2A, he was doing a lot of things. But the speech he gave her, and then like how she was just like, she chuckled off and was like, the I love you too situation. It was giving me lots of things.
She looked so...
She was so happy.
I think she doesn't believe it.
She was in such disbelief that was it him, because she'd already been fooled by Landon, and she was so happy then, and then now he's here telling her that, you know, he loves her and everything, and that he chooses her, and it's like she didn't want to believe it. Like she just thought it was
like
I don't
this
know, like,
isn't happening.
Like she was like, I don't want to get played twice, but
and when she say she loved, like, I loved you, we couldn't really remember it, and like just kind of smiling. I was top tired.
I love it here.
Yeah, and we weren't even expecting that.
Like,
it just came so out of the blue.
I think that's why I like it so much too, because I remember me and Vit's group chat were just like, wow, and it was crazy.
Yeah, man, I was on a TL day.
It was so funny.
I was crying because I didn't expect it.
I wasn't part of any groups when that happened, because I had only really just got into the fandom, and I was just like suffering on my own, you know, going through all the tweets.
Yeah, I remember it was so funny.
She was going through it by herself. I was out here in the group chat deceased, and we changed our group chat name to Mistletoe. What's it called? Was it?
I don't remember at all.
Mistletoe kiss?
It was something to do with that though.
Yeah, we added like Christmas emojis and shit. Like we were
I
Yeah.
just
And we all
remember-
posted the picture like 50 times in a row.
Yeah.
50
And then
when we
times.
got
Oh
those
my
stills,
God.
when we got those stills, and it was just like that's all you saw on the timeline was those
Oh my
stills
God.
and that
it was
kiss.
the icing on the cake. It was like you caught a win. Here's another dub. Here's a crown. Like that.
But I remember before the episode happened, and Vit tweeted about a mistletoe kiss.
Yes, it was like a Twitter like a month before or something.
Yeah, you're like, oh, it's gonna be a
we was
hand in
manifesting stuff. We was
manifesting.
manifesting.
Yeah. And then it happened. I saw the mistletoe, and I was like, oh my god.
I would never imagine that would get a mistletoe kiss so soon. Like never.
Because as soon as we heard it was a Christmas episode, that was like what everyone wanted was a mistletoe kiss.
Yeah, and they were like, well, Lando left last episode. He's not coming back right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
So
I was
we
so
barely get
mad.
anything.
Every other
I was
fan
like-
thought they were getting mistletoe.
Yeah, I was
kiss. It
like,
funny.
okay, another episode with Landon and Handon. And I was just gonna see them in January. And then this motherfucker come back.
Santa brought him back.
And they
But again-
kiss.
That's what I'm thinking.
But again, they set up such a beautiful scene. Like
It was
just
such a beautiful scenario.
they set it up with all of the lights and everything in the background. Like they give them such beautiful moments. Like it's just between Arlon's last one with the wings and them standing there staring at each other, and then with the kiss with all of the lights in the background. Like they really think through Handon's moments because like they're so beautiful.
We have to thank Brett because that was
he
something.
in the booth, he snapped because that episode could have been in the drafts completely, but the hand and stuff saved it for me. It saved it for all of us because I was over it. I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna edit this episode, and then the excellence came at the end as like the icing on the cake because I was over it. I didn't think Hope was gonna get anything for Christmas, so I was just like, okay, well, Caleb got his car, love that for him, and then Hope was outside. I was like, oh, Landon come by, I said, oh. And then we got the kiss.
I remember after that episode staying up and waiting for reactors to post all of their
same.
reactions so that I could watch it and like cheer along with, because I knew which ones were hand-ins. And so I was like waiting for all of my hand-in reactors to react so I could watch it and just be like, yes.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see someone else.
And the fact that we were so fed from that episode that we watched episode 9 and got nothing.
We waited for months for episode 9, thinking that we were gonna get like hand in together, and we got a hug. We got a 2-second hug.
That was embarrassing.
It was unpleasing me and my scouts.
That was like, what was
that's why I
the
don't remember
reason?
the episode at all.
Thank God we got the kiss beforehand. Like that kept us.
I got
fed
so
for a
excited
little bit.
with Lando and Sebastian scenes because they have potential, but then
But the only thing I was hyped for, to be honest, was their scenes because I just at this point I was just so like by season 2C, we won't call it season 2C. I just knew I wasn't gonna get no damn handing content. I was just like, they gave us the mistletoe kiss and said that's enough for you to be fed.
yeah, that's why I think the reunion kiss is handed because they said that Julie wanted that kiss for so long because
Which one?
the reunion kiss
Oh,
that
the
we're gonna
reunion
get.
kiss.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be hand in.
Because I think they
Just
did it
jinxed
on
it,
purpose.
damn.
Like we didn't get anything from Handa on purpose because they was waiting. They were all waiting.
Look,
for
this,
them.
if that's their reunion kiss, that shit better have me pouring on the ground.
That's what I think.
We didn't
We
get that
haven't
many
gotten,
kisses.
because there were supposed to be 20 episodes, and the last kiss we got was in 211.
Yeah, there's no way they're gonna end
So there were
up without a
supposed to
kiss.
be 9 more episodes after that. Like, so yeah, that would, but I don't understand again how people think that Hope's storyline revolved around Landon
It
the
does.
whole season.
Look, if it does, they're the main characters. So
Yeah, but like it basically, okay, yeah, it revolved around kind of him a little bit because of he didn't remember her, but like after he remembered her and they got back together, and after the whole like Alyssa set the twins or the Sultans to the prison world, that's what it was all about. It had nothing to do with Landon.
And even when he didn't remember her, it wasn't even about that because he was still doing his own thing.
Yeah,
It was just Hope longing for him. Like, it wasn't him longing for her. She was the only one longing for him, and I think that's why people were saying that's only revolve around because they didn't expect her to show her emotions about her not having Landon. Like, so since he couldn't remember her, she can't be sad about it. Like, Landon was
Yeah.
not worrying about Hope. The Hope
Yeah.
was 2A. He was with Josie doing his own thing, and Hope was the one that was worrying about Landon's whereabouts. It wasn't both of them doing it. Therefore, it wasn't Hope's. Her storyline wasn't about Landon. It was just her being damn sad because.
I agree that she didn't have much of a storyline in season 2. I agree with
Yeah,
that.
me
Yeah,
too.
she doesn't.
But
She was just there for.
She wasn't revolved around Landon.
She wasn't
That's
the damn savior. Like, why? Was
Yeah.
kind of annoying because they are using her for everything. She didn't need to go on Josie's mind because that was supposed to be Lizzie's job. For me.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be Hope. It
Then-
should have been Lizzie. It would have made more sense.
Yeah,
being
why
Lizzie.
was it
Yeah.
her though? Like, I don't understand. Like, Lizzie should. Well, anybody.
I think it would be make sense with Lizzie, but anyway.
Yeah,
It would have made more
she is
sense.
kinda dead.
Lizzie, they have built up this twin relationship ever since they were born. Like, they sleep in the same bed together. They don't even, like, even still when they were fighting, they were still sleeping in the same bed together. They came back from prison world and they were sleeping in the same bed together. And yet it wasn't Lizzie who went into Josie's mind to save her. Like, how is that not? How was Lizzie not? I guess because they needed Lizzie out in order to do that spell that the necromancer wanted. But it still didn't make sense for Hope to go into the mind. Because Hope was barely even an anchor. If anything, put MG in her mind. Because at least MG was supposed to be her friend. And they had that whole speech about that book that he gave her and, you know, all of that. So, like, having Hope go in there just didn't really make a whole lot of sense because Hope isn't an anchor.
Another perfect
Exactly.
opportunity would be to bring Penelope back, but you know what?
Yeah.
Like, MG
We
would have
talk
been a
about
good one
Penelope in her
because
mind.
Yeah.
That would be lit.
I
Imagine
just feel
Penelope.
like
Oh no, Vid, not say lit.
it does not make sense.
Let me leave.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, the first scene, I'm gonna say it before anybody else says it, is the bathtub kiss.
Now, why is you stealing my spotlight like that?
Why the fuck?
You try it. It's just top tier. Like, there's nothing else
You
to
gotta
say
stop
about it.
taking my words.
Yeah, no, stop.
That was another scene that caught us by surprise.
I know we weren't expecting that at all. Like, that was just
That was
everyone.
amazing.
Remember, because they tweeted out the emojis, and it was like a
Yes.
shower, and we were all clowning.
Yo, we
thinking,
was like,
Everyone make fun like hand the shower scene.
we
Yeah.
like we manifested that shit and we got it.
Period.
there was like, it's not going to be a rain kiss or whatever. Like, you guys are just being dumb. We ended up getting.
And
Like,
look at the results. Look at the results.
He just like pulled her into the tub and like.
He
Oh
my
knew
God.
what this is.
There's also another scene where like Hope realized, you know, he knows what he's doing and he can do it by himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need to worry about. I mean, she's gonna obviously worry about him, but it's like to the point where she's like, I don't need to do as much. He can take care of himself.
And the fact that she was just kind of like, you did that for me. Like, no one had ever done that for her before, and that he did that for her.
Period. You know?
He ate so many disgusting things just to save
Just-
her. Like,
He ate freaking sheep's brain.
ew.
Mm.
He had his heart taken out from his chest while he was alive.
He didn't even know if that would bring him back. Like,
That hurt.
That hurt.
how would
Like-
he? How did he? Okay, he didn't know he was going to die regardless because he ate these poisonous things. So was he just counting on him just dying anyways and then coming back? But he didn't know. How were they supposed to know that he was going to come back with his heart ripped out of his chest?
Hey, he just hoped he would
He just
come
was
back.
like, listen, I'll do anything for my boo.
Yeah. If she's okay, I'm okay with it.
I don't think he cared if he came back or not. He just wanted to do it for her. So he's ready to risk
I
it all.
mean, that's a man. I have to stand.
Definitely. What's number 2?
Oh my God, I just want to feel something again. Can Hannah come back?
He had a long periodical time.
This is just making us miss some more.
This is depressing. Let me just go ahead and look off into the distance, child.
It is.
It is. B.
Number 2.
Yeah, it's just between 2. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. 104. Jesus. 204. Lizzie when she's against the tree.
Yeah, that was one of mine too.
Literally amazing. She just Jenny executed so perfectly. Like jumping between the two different, minds.
The Oni or Malivore or herself.
I don't know. And it's really like kind of like I didn't like Lizzie at the beginning either. And she's really the one person that's had so much growth through both seasons, and I feel like she's grown so much, but she still has a lot of growing to do, and they're really kind of showing that throughout the seasons. And 204 was like one of those scenes where you can see that everything that has happened is really bothering her, and she just doesn't want to fight it anymore. And she was fighting without even realizing that she was fighting.
Yeah, and the way she begged for Josie to kill her because she thought she was broken. Yeah. Like being broken was the reason for her to die, like to not
mind.
God, I hate Alaric so bad. He's such a bad dad.
He's a bad dad. Like
he
that
doesn't
scene
take care
was
of these
like
kids.
That scene was like it made me cry because I never saw Lizzie that vulnerable at that moment. Like of course we had like some moments with her like that, but to see her like just like kill me or Josie just do it, like her keep telling Josie to kill her, and then Josie's like, no, I won't do it. That kind of hit me in the feels a little bit, if I'm being honest. And like I already grew to like Lizzie. At the end of season 1, so seeing her have this huge growth over the beginning of the 3 episodes in the beginning of season 2. I thought they were gonna do something. I thought they were gonna take her out. Like I don't know. I didn't trust them. I didn't trust the writers at all. But that was probably one of my favorite scenes of Lizzie in season 2.
Jenny killed it. Like that was her episode.
Yeah, that was hers, and that was also Jenny's amazing acting.
Jenny was saying that she was tied up to a tree and there was like bugs crawling all over her the entire time, and she was just sitting there like she couldn't do anything about it.
Well, probably added to her performance.
Yeah.
Like just like the feeling of like being creeped out and stuff like that, and just really like she sold that so well.
Was literally just laying on the ground the entire scene.
I know. He was. But, I love that moment, too, because, like, Hope was leaning next to his body the whole entire time. Not Josie. Josie was over with the sword, but, like, Hope was the whole time just leaning next to his body, just being there with him.
And they should carry his body after.
And then just the fact that she always has to carry his body, though, is just so cool. It really is. Like, she has to carry his dead body. Not only did she have to carry his dead body, but she had to carry Josie and Lizzie away, too.
Damn, she was carrying them on her back.
Like, literally carrying the whole show on her back.
Tiny little Hope had to pick up these people. Like, could you just imagine the scene of Danielle holding Arya? Like, I just can't picture it in my head.
I'm just baffled in the fact that like she had to carry 3 people. That means she was going back and forth taking multiple trips.
Because it's not like she would leave Lizzie and Josie there. They're both passed out. The hole to Malivore is right there. She's not going to leave the twins there. So she probably took them back first and then went and got Landon and put him into the woods. Or did she like do a spell and carry them all magically? Like I don't know. Or did she call Alaric and Alaric helped? I have no idea.
Man. So Alaric probably was just like, huh? Probably lost his tail. Hate to see it.
Yeah.
Like, am I surprised? No. Alaric is trash.
It's your turn.
Mine. Okay. First scene. Landon convinced Wade to fight the monster. I love that scene so much. Cause like Wade was like alone and like Landon was like, I'm 100% behind you.
Yeah.
I wish you could see more of their friendship.
Yeah, that
Because
was
you can see they have this they friendships like long because they play a lot of things. Like Wade was after Landon, he was like, buddy, I can't play right now. Like that scene was so beautiful, like just for me as a Landon stan, but also just because of Wade and seeing how he had someone also believe in him because everyone was making fun of him for being a fairy and everything.
and it really just goes to show Landon's character too, like that he was just so willing to open himself up to this person. You know, he saw kind of Wade hurt and struggling and not really have any friends, and like Landon just being the amazing person that he is, you
Yeah.
know, befriending him and then not only that, but like fully believing in him. It's not even like Landon's belief in people is 100%. It doesn't flicker. It doesn't waver. It is 100%.
He's such a nice person, like
With
a
how he
good
grew
guy.
up,
Exactly. How he
it
grew
was
up
just
and he turned out to
yeah,
be such a good guy.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
amazing.
That was such a good scene. I'm really glad that they included scenes like that where like he's interacting with other people because it really does show a different side to who he is, um, and that it's not just because he's in love with Hope that he feels those things, but because that's just genuinely him as a person.
Yeah.
What's your number two?
And Jules is 213, I think, when they are cutting in bed and she is apologizing for not choosing him.
Great
It
scene, great
just,
scene.
Oh, that is
well,
such a good scene. Oh, that is so.
yes, it is.
And then like he like slips his hand underneath like in between hers, and he like curls. She curls her fingers around his, but he like still caresses her chin.
Her chin, yeah, like the
And
fact
it
he
is, oh
doesn't
my god.
even blame her. He was like, you did the right choice.
He was
Like,
so
you choose to save
understanding. Like he
6.
wasn't making it
Yeah,
by himself. He was like, I understand that you're going to obviously save 6 people opposed to just me. Like, because Hope probably like Hope thought that he would feel some type of way about that, and he was just like, listen, like you had to put on your hero boots. It's understandable.
yeah,
Like it'll
that's why
make
you're the
sense.
hero because you are able to make these choices. I don't know if I could make this choice. He saved
Exactly.
himself.
That's setting it
And
up for
that's
like Landon's gonna have to make a choice and he's gonna choose Hope instead of everybody else.
Yeah, and they're gonna be such a mess because he's gonna turn into
Yeah,
Mary Landon.
yeah, that's definitely that's gonna
Oh
oh
my
my
happen.
god, it's
god.
clicking. Something's clicking.
He gonna choose. He gonna choose everybody else.
No, he's gonna choose Hope instead of everybody
No,
else. And
listen.
she's gonna be like
He need to
mad or
choose
something
everybody
like
else,
that.
so we don't have to get out for Landon. Damn.
But anyway,
That's
that
what
scene is so pretty. And then she's just like cuddling with him. They're like, can you tell me how it feels like? And she just fall asleep with his voice and his heartbeat. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Just
it
tell
was
me
like
how.
a.
Yeah, he's just so understanding.
We love it. We love to see it.
Imagine having a boyfriend like that. That's why you're gonna die alone.
Oh my god, damn.
Honestly, why you get so dark? Team single and 40. Let me stop. Hate to see it.
Right with you.
Right, where's our Landon Kirby's?
He's so understanding and like he's such a nice guy. And I don't know.
Hate to see it because
I just don't understand why people hate him.
It's because they know Hope loves him. So
Yeah, that's
Because they
really
see
all
his
it is.
potential. They see it, and they're scared.
yeah, they see that she's not
no.
breaking up with him anytime soon.
Listen, when he become powerful, it's over. Like I don't know what else. Like when he really goes full Phoenix, I just don't know what else anybody wants to say.
Look, you see how mad they got
The
when he got the
powerful
Phoenix,
couple.
when he became a Phoenix, like when he was flying in the air.
Oh yeah, yeah, they were
The
mad. They were
powerfulest-
so mad.
The powerfulest couple on the fucking
Saves
grounds, the school grounds.
Saves Lizzie, saves it. Oh,
They're honestly
They're
about to
both
become
literally
the
one of a
strongest.
kind.
They're gonna be the strongest TV.
Yeah, did ass. When he walked through the hallway, everybody finna disperse. Linda could make somebody burn. Hope could break, snatch somebody's neck. I mean, what do y'all want? They
The fact that, like,
hallway
yeah.
full throttle.
I mean, the fact that Hope is literally one of a kind. She is like a soul creature, one of a kind person, and then they made her soulmate literally be a one of a kind person as well. Like,
feast. Come on, feast.
Yeah.
I really hope they bring
exactly.
no more Phoenixes on this.
No more Phoenix.
I just want
no more Phoenix, please.
Like, I don't want to see no more Phoenix. It's going to take away the uniqueness of both of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I need them to be the only one of their kind, therefore, soulmate to be excellence. Plus, like, you add some random ass Phoenix ain't gonna do nothing for me. It's gonna unplease me and the girls. Period. I don't want to see no damn new Phoenix try to hop on the campus talking about some Ayos wanna be buddies. Fuck no. Move. Land and snap his neck. Get the Yadas. Get the Yadas.
Not the Yadas.
Yes, the Yadas. Get him out of here.
Baby.
Oh. Yeah. Then they gonna be like, I'm the only Phoenix here. Yeet! Oh shit. Anyways, that was off topic, you know.
That's okay.
strong handing.
Okay, Robyn.
Okay, my first one from season 2 is what my picture is, and it's the bench scene in 202.
Oh God, no.
I'm so, I know that scene is so heartbreaking and so sad, but I am in love with that moment.
Well, honestly, it's one of the best scenes.
Oh my gosh, it's just so, it makes me cry every
it's
single
really
time.
good. It didn't lead to another really good scene.
Yeah, the acting wise is so amazing, honestly.
I just feel like episode 2 this was an emotional roller coaster.
I don't think anybody caught that.
No, I caught that. I'm just choosing one.
It took me a minute, but I got it.
Oh.
I was like, wait, what? What scene?
Anyways.
Wait.
Just, you don't even want to know.
Yeah.
I fast forward through that part.
Oh yeah, you thought.
But,
y'all thought.
Just the fact that he was like searching for her afterwards. He didn't go straight home. Like, he just sat there, and then as soon as he saw her and she ran away, he was looking for her, and then went. How many times do you go up to some strange person on the bench and just tell them
one day
everything?
One day.
He give them a milkshake.
Right.
And then give them a milkshake.
Then sit and talk.
Just
about your relationships.
And the way that Hope's, like, she was just trying to hold it together, and the pain in her face, and it's just like, I mean, look at my picture and look at the pain on her face.
You sick for that, for having this session.
I just love that scene. It is such a good scene, and it's so heartbreaking. My heart breaks for her every single time, and yet I'm just so amazed by their acting skills in this moment, because I would have been a mess.
Yeah, because I feel like it was like you saw Hope really try to put her feelings aside and help Landon. Like, she helped him with his relationship problems with Josie instead of trying to sabotage it. She honestly gave him real advice. She even told him things that he did, like, in their relationship that obviously he's not gonna know about. And for her to like try to hide her feelings and like try to not cry by moving her lips around, trying you're about to cry, and try to like make them faces to stop the tears. She was doing that the night, and like sadly, she fell, some tears came out, but she was giving him help, even though it was hurting her inside to know that he was going to go home to somebody that wasn't her. And we don't even know where she was at. We don't even know where she lived. So she out here on the bench. He out here about to go home, boot up with Josie. She was losing it. And she was still being a good girlfriend, even though he was technically cuffed by somebody else. She was still giving him information of
that it holds so much power, because like at the beginning of the scene, you could see she had the crystal in her hand and she was hurting, and she chose not to use the crystal because she was going to leave and it was only going to hurt her more. And then the way that the shock on her face when he said hi, and it was almost like, oh my God, like it's actually him, that he's here. But that was the moment that she decided to stay, that she decided that she was going to go tell Alaric who she was. Like Landon, even though he was happy and was with someone else, she in that moment decided that his happiness was worth more than anything else, and that she was going to stay.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't anything else. It was that, because she was still planning on leaving. She had her bag. She had all of it. Alaric, even when Alaric said, you should stay, she was still planning on leaving. It wasn't until she had that talk with Landon that she decided to stay in Mystic Falls.
Yeah. Like she was ready to go.
Yeah.
She's ready to go. And Landon being there, she was like, yeah, I gotta get my man. As she should.
But she wasn't even like, she could have, told him or whatever. She could have said anything. And yet she still sat there and broke her own heart in order to make him feel better.
Exactly.
Like,
that's like
The
there's
way he
nothing
was
else
so
I can say.
sick.
It was
Yeah.
just a sad scene, and then for him, like for her to like try to keep herself together, and then him give her that damn milkshake, which is what she will always order, and he will always give to her. Like that was the sickest shit I've saw in my life. Sick, and she just had this. She was oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to see another milkshake scene, season 3.
Yeah, we're gonna need another milkshake scene.
God,
We never got any milkshakes.
We gotta get
after
one every
that.
season. One every season.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a freaking milkshake scene in Roswell. There was a throwback to,
We
the
love
peanut butter
that.
bread
Hand
in
it.
Love that.
Roswell.
Did we get one in season 1?
The milkshake?
Yeah. Did we? Can't remember.
We did, yeah, when they are going to Salvatore school, and
Mentioned
Hope was
it.
like, he used to serve me milkshakes.
Yeah.
And he was
okay.
like, peanut butter.
You got
Yeah.
a mention of it.
And then we did kind of get it. We got 2 in season 2 because we got the flashback in episode 6. No, episode 7. Sorry.
Oh.
Of like the edit, like when it opened
Yeah,
up. in
yeah,
episode,
yeah.
That was another wild thing they did. Like, I started the episode crying, and for what?
You know they're probably gonna
They
have a bunch
actually gave
of
us a
things
hand
like
in
that
eggs.
in season 3.
Yeah, we're probably gonna get a
Yeah,
lot of
they're probably gonna have
flashbacks.
probably gonna have like one of those things.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
because of the
Maddie
lack of
Landon.
things that they can do.
Yeah, yeah, she's gonna be missing him, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping season 3
Deserve.
gives us angst, some good angst.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get angst. I'm positive we will.
I hope they give us good, well-written eggs.
Hope they give us a rain kiss.
Oh my god.
I hope we get a kiss between
Yeah.
Landon in
Right?
general.
At this point, I just hope we get a kiss.
At this point, I'm keeping my expectations low, so then when there's something happen, I can be surprised.
Just like we did for the mistletoe episode.
Literally, that's the thing I was thinking
You
about.
say
the most.
And the Cupid.
you say we had low expectations, but like really you had super high ones.
No, I did
Yeah.
not. I did not have expectations for that mistletoe. When I saw the trailer, I said it's just ass. I'm not hyped for it.
Because even
And I
I
continue
had
to
like
say that
super
while
high
live streaming,
expectations.
while live tweeting.
We try
Because I
not
found
to
my
have high
live tweet,
expectations.
I did not have expectations. I just was watching it for the ride. I didn't have nothing to do on that Thursday. Arlon thought we were gonna come. He thought we came in here with mistletoe kisses and
Nah,
all
you
this
definitely
razzle-dazzle.
did. You were definitely thinking like, yo, I'm
No,
about
I
to
really
get
was. My live tweets were like, "This shit is trash." Santa Claus fighting, screwing up,
fed.
hysterical. Like it was just unpleasing me and my good scouts. Okay,
My number 2, it was the one where Lizzie was tied to the tree. But I'm going to go with MG's speech about Lizzie when she was up on the stairs. And she was listening to them. And he was telling them about like who she really was. And like when he first came there, and she was the one that gave him the nickname of MG. And just like really getting people to understand who she is as a character, because the students didn't. And they
Yeah.
never really gave her that chance just because of like how she acted before. I really love, I just love Lizzie. And just like anytime she gets kind of a moment to shine, I am all there for it.
like it made me love their relationship so much more, even if it develops into more than platonic situation, because he was the only one that continued to stay with her.
Yeah.
Every season, she like kind of pushed away his crush. He was still there for her. Even when Sebastian, he was still there with her. Every situation, he was there for her and tried to bring out the brighter things. Like he's the positive thing that she needs in her life, and the fact that even going to fight to the death with her sister, he still found a way to like give her his confidence to come back and to fight for, like, at least to fight for the school. And after that, for him to be the only one that saw the good, or besides Hope, to see the goodness in Lizzie and make a speech is like, y'all don't know her, therefore I can't judge her. And then for her to finally realize that somebody sees the good in her that she never showed anybody else, it was amazing.
It really ties into 106 where Joe was like, you have a good heart. You just got to let people see it. Yeah. And then MG saw it right from the beginning, because he said his speech to Caleb in the second episode about why he loves Lizzie or whatever. He actually saw her, even though she puts up this pretense of like being this not very nice person. And then Hope, in the same sense, kind of saw through that too. And so only these two people really know who Lizzie is as a person, like how gentle she is and like her heart and everything. And it was such it was just such a beautiful moment to have him speak for her like that, and then can you stop it please, to have her just sitting there listening to it. Sorry, Hiccup's just digging at something, so yeah, I just love that moment. That's such a good moment.
Oh, it's so cute.
What's
next one?
Sam.
Sam's next.
Damn.
Oh, damn.
No.
So mine would be the moment before the floating kiss where Hope shows Landon her journal.
Oh God. Another surprise scene.
What's my list going to be?
Such a beautiful. They really do. They get
so
the most
good that day.
scenes. And just how vulnerable she was when she was showing him that. Like she was like chewing on her lip.
What the hell is this? He's like, what you gonna tell me in this book? And then he read it out loud. I feel like that was like the extra confident boost he needed, because once again, that whole episode was him feeling like he wasn't good enough, or that he wasn't, like, he didn't meet her standards. Like, she was up here, he was down here. And for her to write that, like, actually, like, you're the person that kept me sane during that time of nobody remembering me. You're the only person that kind of looked forward. That's the only person I was thinking about. That was a home hitter for me.
It was so powerful that she wrote that while he was with Josie and while he didn't remember who she was. Just the fact that she spent her time and she wrote that, and she still said like who he was as a person and like how amazing he was, and just the fact that his love meant something to her.
Like just the memory of being loved by him.
Like, was enough for her.
The implications, they're so I can't.
And you listen to that, and it's like, so she was willing to hurt herself, even if it meant that all she had was him was a memory, and yet she was okay with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one.
That's
next, Sam.
The second would be the mistletoe kiss.
I thought we was not going to repeat ourselves. Oh, okay.
Oh, well, somebody said it already?
Yeah, I said it.
Yeah.
Where have you?
I've been here, bro.
No words.
We talk a lot, though, so it's okay.
Yeah, but I said it, though. But I mean, you can
all
say
right,
it.
so whenever Landon comes out from the bush, there.
From the bush. Yeah, just like, explain further. What bush?
I don't know. Am I supposed to know what bush?
Episode.
Wait, that 207.
In 208, when he came out of the bush, like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
From the mistletoe kiss, whenever he came out from the bush.
Okay.
That ain't gonna help me since he repeated twice.
You're funny. You're funny.
Y'all
Me
needed
too,
to
like,
laugh.
it's gonna make
Y'all
a
were getting too
difference.
depressing out here.
So put a funny scene.
She said him in the bushes. I'm like, what, in episode 8?
I'm trying to think like what did we get to see like
Episode
that?
8, right?
She said like she's basically saying that Mr. Tokus.
Yeah.
She's basically saying that.
She could have said him walking up
What
to
do you
her.
mean
She said the bushes.
episode 3?
Or was it that?
They came out of the bushes. And
No,
No.
she said the Mr. Tokus. Like
in the mistletoe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
the
has to be the
mistletoe
mistletoe. Dang. Well, I like how he walked. I like how he was walking towards her, like with his determined face, but also his face kind of looked like he was worried that she might not take him back. So he was just
I like how
let's see what happens.
I
He
like
ran
how
up
she
on her.
paralleled that kiss to the very first kiss when she was like, "Is this where you run,
Yeah, I love that. It's my favorite
or is
parallel.
this, you know?"
I love
I
him
love
stopping her. I love
parallels.
him running up to her and stopping her from
And
walking her.
like the way he kissed her is exactly the way she kissed him in
In
108.
108.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like Arlon said, when he ran up to her and grabbed her hands, like, don't move, like,
Yeah.
let me get this off my chest. Love to see it. He
It's
was
just he
determined.
spotted that mistletoe. He knew exactly where that was. He was just
She
He
was
knew what he
like,
about to do, sis.
"You're not gonna say anything, let me leave."
He said, "Come
And-
on, let me get my time in."
the fact that she literally didn't move, like she actually stood
She
there. The
stayed
whole
Yeah,
time.
he was like, "Stay
She
here
said,
and
"Mannequin
come back."
challenge."
Because she saw the mistletoe too. She was like, "Yeah, this is my time."
Oh, please! She even looked
I
up.
don't think she really
looked
wanted to
shocked
have
as
any
hell.
hopes.
She said, "Mannequin challenge, activate."
I think she knew
Oh
though.
my
I think she
God.
knew. I think she knew as soon as like Landon said like I gotta go.
Arlon, because she
The
looked
fact,
up
like,
and she was laughing like, "Oh
No,
shit!"
I'm
Like
saying
she
she-
didn't look at it and say, "Let me pretend to act like I didn't see it." She was shocked
Like
as hell. You think she gonna look up and like, "Oh no, she's not gonna."
let me pretend.
What do you mean? She could have. Yeah, she could
Let
have
me pretend
lied.
not to see it.
She
She
could have
said,
like.
"Oh
She could have just acted surprised. Like
Nah, but the
no,"
fact
her
that she
face
knew
was
that
like,
he
she was
probably
like,
would
"Oh."
go break up with Josie.
yeah, I think she knew
She
that
just
100%.
She just
to
waited.
get.
She probably what was she
She was
doing?
like,
She
"Okay."
was looking
She
at
was
the
just standing there
atmosphere.
looking at the lights.
Right, like Landon, they're probably like a 5 to 6, maybe 5 to 10 minute talk he did with Josie.
Yeah.
She was
And
waiting
she's like,
outside.
"What
She's
do you
like,
want me to do
"Who?"
about that?"
She's like,
We're
"Who?"
mad about how that happened. I'm like, at least he broke up with her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
guess
I
They
wish
I guess
that
they
we
had
no,
to
honestly, when they
like
threw that
some
damn
break between
upside
their
down lip,
scenes.
I said, "What?"
Yeah. It needed a break
Mad if
in
he
between the
didn't break
scenes.
up with
Even
her.
him just going to his room and like dropping his bag off or something.
Something.
Yeah.
He ran
Oh,
right back to my
another
good
scene.
sis.
Or
Yeah.
another scene, yeah.
They
And then,
they
like-
just changed like Josie bawling for Handon talking. I was like, why you
But
do
there
that?
must have been something put in the middle of that. Like there must have been something that was
It had
cut
to
in the
be.
middle of that. And
He had
but
to take it out because of time.
yeah, exactly. But I kind of
Yeah, he was
wish
without
that
his
we
bag
had-
when he was
Yeah, maybe
talking
they
with
wasn't
Hope.
worried about
He didn't
fucking
have his
Santa
bag,
Claus swearing up with the crumpet. We could have had that.
The crumpet.
Fucking whatever that dude. That come on, dude.
Yeah, funny.
Like the fuck. They were showing us Santa Claus, so he got hands for what? No reasons. It was no reasons for Santa Claus to be fighting. Like, well,
Oh,
you know,
God.
he was robbed. Krampus was out here. No reasons. Clark phone call wasn't needed. Just show us him getting killed. That's all I had to show. That's all I had to do. So, anyways, yeah. Now this my time. The first one is obviously the episode 11, the flow kiss, as it should. Superior excellence, top tier, immaculate taste, followed by now. Okay, I'm confused between two of them. So I might as well give y'all all three. The second one was Landon coming out the water in episode 1 with the fire.
Oh, wow.
He came,
Oh,
he just killed
wow.
himself. Came out
Yeah.
looking like a baddie, period. And the third one was obviously the last scene. Well, not the last scene, but episode 16 where Lizzie was giving the speech to MG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's dive in. Let's
Oh,
talk about the flow
Okay.
kiss first.
Man, she
Number
was a
one.
mess during that speech.
That speech.
Okay, number one, the floating kiss. Another beautiful moment that they set up between the two of them.
That
No, Don't Let Me
scene.
Go got me weak.
The
was
laughing at the end, like she was just so fucking happy. Listen, she was so happy that they probably hurt their elbows, their ankle probably got a little scratched up, boo boos, and she was just laughing. You know,
Don't
like
let me go. Though.
never.
Just that the dialogue in that and the laugh and the just.
And then the fact that like her belief in him made him unlock a chakra in his phoenix powers.
That's the best thing. That's the best.
That was the best thing, was that they was floating. A floating kiss.
Because they really paralleled Chloe from Smallville. I don't think any of you have seen Smallville, but they like parallel. It's like a scene just like that. It's really good.
Yeah.
Why are you guys so quiet?
They give us such like
listen to
you. They really do call them an epic team or an epic couple, but they give them epic kisses. Like they're not just random kisses.
They always contribute to their relationship, like them becoming stronger. And I feel like that was probably the most like the nail in the coffin of like him finally realizing that she actually believes in him and that she actually sees him as an equal, opposed to him feeling like he's like inferior to her. And for her to like kind of explain to him that actually you're wrong. Here's why with her book. And then him realizing that like actually there's nothing to worry about. You know, this is a continuing thing. And he was floating. That's all he got.
Like the emotions from the moment and from the kiss made him unlock this power. Like
exactly.
How powerful it is.
That emotion was
the
powerful.
Emotion, yeah.
Like it must have been like in love hugely double times, because him reading that and then them kissing was enough to like really boost him into having faith in his powers and his abilities.
Nah, but like Hope asking him to don't let her go. It just
never.
And
then he doesn't, but you know, that them feet let go because he busts his ass. Let me stop.
And they start laughing, just everything.
She was like, I just said don't let me go. And here we are on the ground.
But like Hope saying those words have so much power behind them.
Exactly.
Too.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite quotes from them. I think it's my favorite. Because they have like a forehead touch. It was one of my favorite things.
And then like it's kind of like in those kind they like touch a little bit.
Yeah.
It was just like such an intimate touch before, like when they was giving that dialogue.
And when she shows him that they are flying, they start laughing.
She was shook as fuck. He was shook too. He's like, "Oh, it's you, Hope? Damn." He's like, "Hope, you showing me up again?" She's like, "Nah, sis, that's you." So his holy smokes was cute too. Like he didn't believe it. I love my kids. Now
okay. Let's flip that for a second. Imagine the script when they both got that script and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you guys are going to be up on like wires because Landon's going to fly for the first time, but Hope's going to be in his arms when he does it. And it's just like that whole like, and it had to have been Danielle and Aria because they kiss in that moment too. And just like that whole thing, just being there for that whole scene and watching it like unfold and film, like it's
between takes, but they're just on wires.
They're just like flying in the air, yeah.
Because they can't move positions because they have to stay in the same position for continuity. So it's like they're just up there the entire night.
You know, I just feel like that scene was probably my favorite scene of like all season 2. Apart from other ones, because I read like it was one of the strengthening moments of Handon for me. Like, I mean, I already love Handon, but like I feel like Landon finally knew, like, stop this.
Now they're the strongest pair. That whole episode, we got 2
amazing scenes, yeah.
And like the timeline was just in it was amazing.
I'll just have to watch that before I go to bed, honestly.
Oh. It was a feast. Okay. The whole episode was a feast. The Handon anthem. So now let's talk about Landon coming out that water. Curls, wet, fire around him.
That was like the first time, like, because everything
water spit
him, and you could see that he actually has like muscles, and you know,
like he's girl. Let's talk about that. But since we're here, Golly, when he came out that water and spit it out, the fire around him, that was full Phoenix. Love to see it. But that's underrated because nobody talk about it. But like that scene was fire hot. He got robbed. Could have been a little longer. He got out mad as hell. Like Josie was kind of interrupting his moment. Shirt was.
And tight. I think, and he also kind of came out frustrated because like he so desperately wanted to see whatever was locked in his brain, and like I feel like every time he came back and it didn't unlock anything, that he just got like angrier and angrier. Like I almost wonder how many times he did it and how many times a night he did it.
Exactly. I really wonder when did he first start? Like when did he first start doing this? Because it seemed like it was a freaking continuous pattern of like, let's just keep doing it. And the fact that nobody like randomly walked by or randomly was like, we're landing. Oh, he's just drowning himself again. So like I really wish they kind of explained when it started. But once again, that scene was delicious. Now, lastly, the Lizzie speech to MG. Once again,
it just showed her heart.
See it. Like, once again, she kind of, like, for her giving the speech to MG when MG's been so giving towards other people, for her to sit down and write this speech about MG. I was crying because once again, like for what he did for her earlier for her funeral, and for her to kind of like give him the proper one too, of giving a speech about what he means to her and like how their friendship is. That was I don't know. That's probably one of the between season 2 was Lizzie's time to shine, but that was probably one of my top 2 favorite scenes that Lizzie ever did. Once again, she kind of found somebody that really was like they're really like best friends. I see it as them being best friends, or at least each other's anchor as well. And the fact that she gave something that MG never really asked for. She kind of like said like, "You did this for me, I'm going to do this for you." I love to see it. I'm hoping for more scenes like that.
That really showed who Lizzie really was too, because that she wrote that and she wrote it for him. That really showed like it solidified what he was saying about her at her mock funeral.
Yeah, and especially when he didn't even like really get one because he's a vampire. So for her to kind of give him kind of that human aspect of like, well, here's what I would say for you, Yeah. And then this is like how happy he was just sitting there. Oh, I just love that scene so much, please. And
like if they don't end up together,
I'll be fine with them being like the best friends.
Yeah. Their friendship really is, and the fact that she's finally seeing how good of a person he is. Like she's actually seeing who he is and not just this like annoying person who has a crush on her. She's seeing the real
she finally sees him besides him just being obsessed over her. She got to see him like how he's in love with comics, like how he's kind of like a geek like her, and the fact that he saw things that she doesn't show anybody, that she always says, if you tell anybody, I will lie about it. Like for him to be the only one that kind of sees that, and for them to both have like this, I don't know. I just like the way they work together, and I feel like that scene was one of the times we actually see Lizzie give thanks to him, because once again he's always there for her, and she was kind of not really there for him sometimes. She was kind of doing her own situation. She was having her own problems. So for her to like reverse it, even though it was still a problem with her and Josie and how like she was technically dead, she still made time to write something sincere for MG. That was, that just shows how caring she is.
Well, and on the flip side, it really shows there's no expectations with MG. He just really likes being around Lizzie. He's not expecting anything from her. He's not pushing her. It's just
he doesn't judge
her. Yeah,
like he's just there. Like he understands. He doesn't judge people. So,
you know what I love is that all of our scenes were either Lizzie scenes or Handon scenes.
Yeah.
As it should be.
I had a Jandon scene in there.
We didn't ask you for what you did. We didn't ask you, but it's a thought that counts, though. Once again, not all of us, but like Landon, Hope, and Lizzie are kind of like some of our favorite characters from the show. So
probably top 3, right?
Top 3 or top 4, if any of them, of any of some of the things. but you know, they came to deliver, especially in season 2. They came to.
Oh, we did have
Sky-
one Wade and Landon scene.
Yeah, I feel like Wade and Landon are like, you know, love to see it. But that was our favorite scene from season 1 and season 2. Make sure to like, comment, and or subscribe. So what?
Yeah.
Are we ending so quick?
Next week is Among Us.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Sam's ready. She's preparing.
Yeah, so we've been playing Among Us, but we might switch. So we might do some rounds with regular Among Us. We might do some rounds with hide and seek, depending on how new it is. If you want to join, let us know.
Another one?
Oh yeah, I mean it's the same game. It's just like kind of better because we could just kill and keep killing. So
yeah, we'll say the rules and everything, but
yeah, we'll tell you the rules.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna play with some hand-ins. We're kind of deciding how we're gonna make it work. If we're gonna do like a transition of 3 people, but once again, it just depends. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to beam me up, Scotty.
By the time this episode comes out, we'll have already made a tweet about whoever's interested. But if you didn't say you were interested and you listened to this, go to any one of our Twitter pages or Instagram or our official page, and comment there and let us know that you want to play, because we'll try to get in everyone who wants to play.
Y'all want to talk about the pictures as well? The new cast pictures?
Yeah, we could talk about the new. Okay, so Peyton, as much as he tried to say it was from February, they were not from February.
Nobody believed that.
Were not from February. They were recently. He was just trying to save his own skin. So
yeah, because like I'm like that looks new. Like it looks new.
It is new. Like
it's not.
Isn't Ralph bald in season 2?
They're wearing masks.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're wearing masks.
Come on, they're
still no Danielle. Like
exactly.
There's been no pictures of Danielle on set.
And you can even tell with Ben's hair.
But the thing is, okay, on that picture, everyone except for Landon, because I don't recognize Landon's outfit, is wearing an outfit from a previous episode. So like Caleb's outfit is from 103, I think, when they went to when they had to go clean up after the football episode. Jed and Roth is from 215, I think. No, 213. It's from 213. Because when, like, Jed's is from when he was with MG and they were looking in the woods and they found the zombie. And then Ross is from the same episode as that blue shirt that he was wearing. And then Josie's, her shirt is from 209. It's the same shirt from 209, but she isn't wearing jeans in that episode. She's wearing a skirt. So I don't know if they just didn't put her in a skirt at that, or she changed or whatever. But Landon's outfit, yeah, she looks like leggings. So it could just be that she wasn't wearing the skirt because she wasn't filming because it was cold out or whatever. But the shirt is from 209. And then Landon's outfit, I don't remember where it's from. I don't
know.
I don't think, like, he's had variations of that outfit, but he hasn't had that specific outfit. So it kind of makes me think, like, are they doing flashbacks or are they just reusing the outfits? Because Caleb's outfit was from 103. Like, that was a long time ago. But, like, Jed and Roth's outfits were so recently in their world that, and same with Josie's, that it kind of makes me wonder, like, what are they doing?
Yeah, and like Josie hair a little bit is still giving me, like, you know, dark Josie tease. I don't know.
Yeah, her makeup and her hair still is kind of very dark Josie-like. So I wonder, flashback with dark Josie?
Oh God.
Maybe they'll give us a flashback of what she was doing along the months since the hair wasn't doing the job.
Oh, maybe.
Could be
possible.
But like it doesn't look like how Josie would dress. It kind of like it was still like the dark Josie kind of thing. So I don't know. Maybe that's just what she's going to dress up now as. Maybe, yeah. But I don't know.
It's so sad that we're literally living off of these crumbs.
Pictures. We're just living off pictures at this point.
Peyton posted them, yeah. I don't know. It's
We're in November, so hope we get something more
yeah.
ending this month and next month.
I do want to say that thank you to everyone who participated in the Halloween hand-in fanfic
Yes.
challenge. We got a lot of really good stories, and it was so nice yesterday to like read all of those stories and have the tag just be pure for a few hours. And because it was received so well, we are putting up another challenge. So we're going to do it's going to be the November hand-in challenge. I have a prompt that I'll tweet it out later. And we're going to open it up to editors too, because it's not everyone can write, but some people can edit. So take the prompt, write something or edit something, be creative, have fun with it. And the due date will be November 30th. So November 30th will be the day that we will come together and we will post these edits or stories or whatever. Just remember to tag Hand-in Weekly. Remember to tag the Hand-in Weekly November challenge. And I hope lots of people join. So I'll tweet out all the information later, and then we'll put it on our official pages too.
Yes.
All right. Is everything else, guys? Anything else, guys?
Yeah.
Want to add?
No, just comment down below also your favorite scenes from season 1 and 2, so you can know it.
Yeah.
So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Our social medias will be listed down below in the description. You can find our Instagram, our Twitter, our new merch that we made. You can go get bags, sweaters, hoodies, hats. We decided to really branch out and make good merch for you guys. Once again, it's just not like a going on sale. We're going to what are you laughing at, Arlon? Yeah, we're going to try to change it by Christmas, but you can get the merch now. That will be also linked in the description. Hate to see it. What are y'all laughing at?
Sam has been working super hard on the merch website. It's been giving her some headaches. So she deserves a round of applause for all of the, hard work.
She also made the new amazing intro, the amazing
and the logo.
So a big claps for Sam.
Toodles.
So definitely, check out her merch design that she came together. And also,
and then the new website is going to be posted either later today or tomorrow.
Well, technically, when they get it, it's probably going to be a week out,
Yeah.
But we're going to make a tweet about it. And we'll also let you know when that merch design will end before we branch and make a new one for Christmas theme, maybe. Also, Spotify, Apple, Google, all the listing platforms will be listed in the description as well. Once again, well, by the time we post this, it's already going to be who's going to, I can't say vote because it's already going to be a little late. It's going to be past the time. Hopefully we get good results. Future me, I'm sorry, or congrats. Hate to see it.
Love to see it or hate to see it.
Love to see it or hate to see it.
We'll tell you next week.
Right, we'll tell y'all. Shit, I'll tell y'all on Twitter when it happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm be ready for class like this.
Either Good Job America or What the Fuck America.
It's gonna be honestly, I'm gonna be getting a flight out this bitch. We out this beat
seafood, Robyn. I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you guys can come to me. It's okay.
I'm gonna take my last bit of money and hop my ass on a flight. Canada, here we go, cause the bitch is out. I'm like, where's Hans? Out this bitch. Never come back.
We might all be filming from my house a week from now.
Oh yeah. Or we might be depressed for a couple weeks because I remember when he won in my senior year, and that was a depressing day of my
We don't
life.
need that type of energy. He's
don't.
Not gonna win.
He's not. Period. Periodic table. Period.
Periodic table.
I'm telling you right now.
What are you telling us?
I'm telling you right now, if you fucking win, I'm leaving this bitch. I'm done.
I'm done
That
too.
means that everybody I walk by on this campus, I'm beating the shit out of all of them. Cause I probably voted for the enemy. Okay? Any
You're
one
gonna be
of
like
them
Hope and lock them all in a box.
it's gonna be a punch. I'm gonna purposely step on the back of their
Okay,
shoes.
can you film that? Because that'll be funny.
Listen,
Someone
I'm
came
about
to my
this.
door the other day and was like for the campaign, and he goes, "Can I ask you a few questions?" I said no, and I slammed the door in his face.
Listen, y'all. Honestly, I don't know if I want to record. I don't know if I want to record my. I'm gonna record my reaction. I'm gonna record my action to it.
Right.
I'm gonna be like this on Tuesday.
Shit, I got lab. I'm gonna have to do lab shit. How am I hold chemicals when later at night my life-determining stance is going to stand? Think I'm gonna pick up some chemicals and pipettes and do steady hand movements? Hell no. The lab is gonna be fucked up. I'm manifesting it right now.
All right,
to
guys.
see it.
That was our favorite scenes and our mini rant about America, potentially.
Hate to see
Yes.
it. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you
Bye, guys.
next week when
See you
we
next
spice
week.
y'all up in Among Us. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ain't you
Y'all are
excited,
so
guys?
embarrassing. Damn.
Think about this. Da, da, da.
Bye guys.
I'm gonna kill y'all.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye guys. Bye.
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 Hey,